Just going. Just doing it.
Just do it live.
Just doing it.
Go check out the Bill O'Reilly. Just search up Bill O'Reilly, Do It Live. It is the best. Welcome to the pre-show, folks. I'm going to play you some skeletons.
Woohoo!
From right here in
I've seen
Springfield,
that.
Missouri.
I've seen that. It's funny.
Let's go. Let's get this party started. Tell your friends.
Come on.
Sitting on the floor, Indian style.
Hello, Stephanie.
Waiting on my chin to hit me. Mama saying prayers for her bad child. Waiting for my chin to hit me. Well, here it comes, just like I knew it would.
Tell your friends, let's get a group together. Let's have a party.
Get a group, start a watch party.
Let's get some fun stuff to talk about today. Look at my eye.
For my head, waiting for my
Red eye.
to hit me. Well, I can't
You guys
see
and bands know that when you
till I'm half dead, 'cause I'm waiting for
Can't
my
hear you, baby.
You guys and bands know that make sure it's good.
Sitting on the floor, Indian style, waiting on my chin to hit me.
Little skeletons for you. Bite your cheeks when you get your picture taken.
Bite your cheeks when you get a picture.
Hello, Jules.
Hi, Jules. Hello to our friends watching on YouTube Live.
Just like I knew it would. A warm feeling that make me feel good. Laying on my back, no pillow for my head. Waiting for my chin to hit me. Now don't bury me until I'm dead, 'cause I'm waiting for my chin to hit me. Waiting for my chin to hit me.
Little pre-show music by the Skeletons.
This is for all you Lou Whitney lovers.
There you go. Now I can hear you. Like something's about to happen. Oh, right on.
I can't see till I get half blind. Waiting for my chin to hit me. Oh, hurting like this is a slow way of dying. Waiting for my chin to hit me. I got pain on the run, and I'm free again. My woman got cold, but never my chin.
Hey, Julia.
On my back, no pillow for my head. Waiting for my chin to hit me.
Chair slipped.
I said, now don't you bury me until I'm dead. 'Cause I'm waiting for my chin to hit me. Waiting for my chin to hit me.
Oh, it's Thursday.
Waiting for my chin to hit me. Waiting for my chin to hit me.
Skeletons.
Well now, will it ever
No way. Keep jamming.
Ain't done yet. Local music. Hey, Noble Bowman, how are you?
What's up, Noble? Hello, Kanita.
Oh, it's live, honey. It's live.
I think she's talking about
the song?
No, it is in the studio.
Recorded. Getting started real soon, real soon.
Little cult favorite from the Skeletons. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Romania. Yes, you do, Noble.
Yeah, there we are with the Skeletons right there. Thank you guys so much.
What up?
So cool. So, welcome to the Unsung Dreamers, the musical journeys of the not so rich and famous. I'm trying to find it.
Oh,
It's
you're going to learn my job?
Here. No.
Don't end the broadcast.
Is it here? There it is right there.
Goodness gracious. All right. Hey, there we are. We're here.
Anyway,
Right.
hello, everybody, and welcome to the show of the Unsung Chat, and actually number 29.
July 9, 2020. Welcome, everyone, to July 9.
Number 29.
On July 9. Yay.
On July 9. I guess that's relevant.
It is.
I don't know. I'm going to say it again because I wasn't recording. Let's pretend like all of this starts all over again.
We're gonna pretend that all that music and everything didn't get recorded.
Hey, at least we start on
so.
time, unlike those lamos over there at the audio roast.
You're so mean. You are so mean.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unsung Dreamers, the musical journeys of the not so rich and famous. This is our chat episodes we do every single Thursday night starting at 7 o'clock. And we absolutely love having you with us.
Yes, we do. We do. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for joining us. And I just had a really quick thought to start the show off for you. Have you ever wondered why you've never seen TV commercials for Ferraris and Lamborghinis?
I know exactly why.
Well, I am recording now, Jared.
Thanks for the
Give
reminder.
Shit right out of the gate.
A little late, but thank you for the reminder. We appreciate that very much.
The reason why you don't see commercials for Lamborghinis and Ferraris is because the kind of guys that can afford, or girls, the kind of people that can afford those cars do not sit around and watch TV. All right, so let that one sink in, you TV watching sons of bitches.
Because the people who can afford those kinds of cars
are not sitting around watching TV.
Right.
Therefore, there's no sense in Lamborghini doing a TV commercial.
There is no sense.
Or Bentley.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's right.
So you need to be out there working, man.
Get out there, work.
I did shoot some shots over at Jared, didn't I?
Oopsie.
I said at least I started on time with my technical issues. You horse's ass. Audio Rough Podcast can't start on time. How about that, Jack?
He took a page out of our book when we were first doing this. We were so late so many times. I think we were even late last week.
I've got a go live button too that I didn't press.
Oh my God. Welcome to everybody. Yay. We're here. We got some new patrons last week. Diane Kent, thank you so much. I think I mentioned the last couple of newbies, Andy Fritz and Julia Cobb. All kinds of good stuff happening on Patreon. Thank you. We had a one-time donation from a couple people, including Krista Meadows. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Krista.
We appreciate that. Every little penny helps, and we're gonna plug that a little bit later if you want more information on how to do that. I'm
spending that money on like taking care of my grooming.
Yeah, look at his grooming. He's getting so many comments, good comments about his grooming.
I hate getting comments about my facial hair. I hate it, even when they're really, really good. Well, they've all been really good. And it just bothers the hell out of me.
Why?
I just say when somebody points it out, like, oh, hey, I really like what you got. Oh, shut up. Don't bring up my facial hair. That's not even something to talk about. We love you too, Jared, and let the show begin.
Let the show begin.
We've kind of got a couple of fun announcements because we are cocaine and hookers.
What?
Yeah. That's right. Let's do this.
They're coming later.
That's after the show, Jared.
Oh, gosh. I've got, like, I don't know, my headphone cord. I'm not real happy with it. There we go. Get it out of the way.
We actually got some kind of fun things to talk about that have been in the works for a little while now, and now they are literally in production.
What?
We're working on our Patreon little whatever you call it.
Perks. Little Patreon perks.
We're going to be doing some videos. We already are.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, and then there's some of them we haven't started yet. But he likes my gay stash. Thank you. I do too.
Yup. Hey, Chris Palmer. Yo.
And they're going to be kind of fun. We've been talking about doing some videos that are like a cooking show. I'm gonna show you all some of the recipes that I cook on the regular. These would be the Dan Fritz expected dishes,
yes.
Mostly by my kids, but I do have a couple other fans of about 3 or 4 things I do.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do some cooking episodes, which are going to be fucking hilarious. We're working on some relationship videos. We thought that would be kind of fun.
Be fun. More because we all that relationship advice and stuff like that. We have a lot of good fun doing that. So.
Yes. And so we're going to turn that into something a little more of somewhat formal. The videos we're talking about doing are going to be shorter. They're just going to be more like a 15-minute to 30-minute tops.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do some of those. Also, I've been told by 100 people, believe it or not, there's a lot of you that are not going to believe this. You're not. You're really not going to believe this. They're not going to believe it. You know what I'm going to say.
Yes.
I have had 100 people, if I've had one, tell me throughout my life that I should start a church. And I really have no interest kind of in actually doing that. But
did you hear that, Noble Bowman?
We might do some some religion, some belief, and some spirituals.
Some studying.
Videos for the Patreons who are helping us out every month.
So special perks for people who are patrons.
Yeah, and we're going to actually do some travel videos, which we've already told you. We got the Boot Jeep channel up. It's just kind of like sitting there right now, just sort of stewing. Like it's just a roux right now.
A roux?
Yeah.
Like a kanga?
The chefs in the group will understand what I'm saying. The Boot Jeep channel on YouTube right now is just kind of a roux. Okay. So there's a few videos up there and we're kind of having some fun. But we are going to take suggestions from our Patreons on where they want us to travel and go check out so that maybe if they're thinking of going there, we'll go first.
Right.
And let you know what we saw. As long as it's within reason, I'm not driving to Alaska.
Why not? We'd have to take a month to get there.
No way. I'm not going to Alaska. I'm talking about maybe somewhere close. You're just like, hey, man, I'm thinking about going to Bear Creek. Why don't you guys go down there and show me what it's all about? we might do some videos like that as well. So we are working very hard on getting our perks built up. We've been talking about it for a long time, but we actually got started this week.
Yes, we did. And
it's going to be cool.
And we're getting ready to get back in the swing of interview episodes, the audio only interview episodes. So those should be start to drop. I can't talk. Should start to drop Fridays coming up very, very soon, right?
Oh, yes. We are going to relaunch our interviews on Fridays. That's going to be a cool thing to go with what we're doing now, because some things have kind of changed a bit since we got started. And yes, Joshua Poole, it will be the gospel according to Fritz.
Yes. And believe me, he's got some really, really.
And let me tell you something. I will make you laugh, and then I will also make you go, well, I'll be goddamn. I never thought of it that way.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will. That's the way I preach. I'm not a preacher.
You're not ordained. You're not.
Oh no, I'll be pulling out of my ass. So don't you religious punks get on my butt about stuff like
on my butt. Listen to me. I'm on my butt.
Don't get on my hiney.
Don't get on my hiney about
Don't get on my hiney about how it's not doctrinally, consistent with her. That's not what the Hebrew said. Shut up! Shut up about the Hebrew. So sick of people talking about the Hebrew.
The Hebrew.
The Hebrew interpretation of that word actually meant, shut up! Here's what it meant to me, sucker. Anyway.
You going to interpret the Bible like you tell stories, how you feel it?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And I've got a good one. I've already got one that's on my list of stories, and it's actually straight out of the Bible. But I don't know if I'm going to get that. I don't know if I'm going to get into that tonight. I got a lot of things to catch up on here. I got some great suggestions.
You're getting texts. You're getting all kinds of.
Based off of my phone right now, I think we're going to have a special guest tonight. And
what?
We don't even know it.
A surprise to me.
We don't even know it.
Yay.
Well, we know it now.
Well, you said, but I don't know who it is.
I do know who it is.
Oh, of course you do, because you're texting this person.
I know who our special guest is tonight, and I'll give you a hint. He made it onto, this person made it onto our year in review. From 2018. Was he on the show? No, he was not on the show. We did a year in review where Tara and I just kind of observed all the cool moments in Springfield music of
according
2000.
To us.
Just according to us. So just, fuck you. Fuck you. Give a shit if you had a vote. It's according to us. And that's generally means it's the best list generated. Fuck 417 magazine. Listen. Listen. Look. Listen. Share the show. Let's get some people.
Yeah, share the show on your page.
Get your drinks.
Get your drinks. I'm doing like a little mixture of my normal with I'm adding lemonade. I took some advice from Marla Fritz, and I decided to add a little lemonade to my lemon lime Bud Light seltzer, and it's pretty darn
like
good.
Most greasers. Yes, Travis George Phil Collins. Did you see that thread? No. When I was telling Jared to make a subject on his show, how the fuck did Phil Collins get in without a wristband? Jesus Jones! That guy is like the most anti-rock star celebrity, anti-rock star. He looks like he works at Barnes and Noble, and you know it's true. Oh gosh, Phil Collins.
I love Phil Collins.
How in the world is he? No, everybody does. I do too. I'm not. Great. Hey, I ain't saying I don't love him. Let's be straight. I'm not saying I don't love him. I'm just saying, how did he get in?
Like, look at his looks wise.
All these chicks. You've done it. It's like, oh, I'll never make it in the music business because I'm 26. And there's other girls that are younger. And I'm probably too short. I'm only like
prettier.
5. I'm only like 5'4". And so I'll probably never make it in the music business. So I'm just going to go become a Instagram model because I can't make it in the music business because I'm 26 years old and I'm not pretty enough. Okay. Go see figure 1.1, Phil Collins. Dear Lord, that guy was never awesome. I mean, I'm not talking about his music. I'm just saying, if you're going to like base your dreams and aspirations on how you look, you need to just hold on to Phil Collins. You need to put a picture of him in your wallet. Put a picture of Phil Collins in your wallet
In your
and
wallet.
open it up every day and just be like, if he can make it, I can make it.
Okay.
He might have been grunge, but he's an ugly motherfucker, and you know it's true.
Oh, and you know it's true.
Oh my gosh, Phil Collins.
Oh,
Who gave him a wristband?
you.
You know that was like a chili cook-off ticket, that one that gave to Phil Collins. Hey, Phil, we're gonna let you in the business. Here's your
Here's your what?
your free ticket to the chili cook-off that every band in town is giving away. All right.
That's Sarah. Hi, Sarah. I miss you
Hmm.
too. Holy crap. Haven't seen you in ages. Ages. So once again, if you just get on here live and your name pops up, we're not going to call you out, but you comment, I'm going to say, hey, if you don't want to be called out, you don't comment and you're fine.
It's good to have you. Okay. So what should I cover first?
I don't know.
So I made this post this week. You guys have got to, I hope people understand what I'm actually getting at. Yes, Travis, I'm judging rock star status off of looks. Who doesn't? Everybody does that.
Yeah.
You know darn good well.
You know, darn, what? What is darn, no, what? What did
Well, yeah, Peter Gabriel's another one. But anyway.
that's true.
Don't we all judge rock stars off of their looks?
Of course
At
we
least
do.
first. And then when they do like a 30 fucking year career and they get uglier and uglier and just nerdier. Now the dude can't even stand up, right? I mean, doesn't he do
Who?
shows like sitting on a stool?
Who
Phil Collins. I don't even think the bro can even stand up anymore. I think he does shows like on a stool.
Well, how old is he?
Which is fine.
I
He's a
mean,
legend. He's a legend. He's allowed to sit on a stool. I don't have any problem with that. But I'm just saying in the beginning.
Let's see how old he is. Let's just find that out. Let's just
Most of
find
the
out.
time, girls are like, oh, I'm not pretty enough. I'm telling you what, you're prettier than Phil Collins.
Any girl is.
Listen, I love his music. He's a beast when it comes to music.
So
I'm
he's
not-
69 years old right now.
all right.
That's
He's
not- that's
almost
not as
he's
old as I
almost
thought.
70.
Actually.
Seal is kind of an ugly motherfucker, but he
Thanks,
can
Travis.
sing his ass
Yeah.
off. Now I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Is that the Travis who is that
From St.
St.
Louis.
Louis Travis? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought all this Phil Collins talk had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, you know I'd get him stirred up.
Yeah.
See, Jared, you should listen to me. People get stirred up about fucking Phil Collins. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that right
It's
now.
funny. It's really a good conversation. So your post this week, you made a post.
Oh yeah, so I made that post about Patty, what's his name?
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Mahomes. Yeah, that
Mahomes.
guy. I think he's a quarterback.
You think?
I've heard of him. I don't know who he plays for, but it's this guy that got this huge ass contract this week that everybody's talking about,
Mhm.
right? Like one of
Yeah,
the biggest in NFL history. And I had a couple of
The
comments
biggest.
on my post that like were questioning, you know, like that I had any siblings. I had any siblings of
Semblance?
a semblance of any knowledge about anything that has to do with football at all. Just like, well, yeah, hey, Mark LeBrock. And I'm just like, no, that's not, I wasn't saying anything about football. I don't know, like, oh, well, you know, with the cap, I mean, the $80,000 cap, you know, what the hell did they raise the, and then what they're going to do is, I don't know anything about that. I'm just looking in from the outside, looking in, and I'm going, all right, now you got to think about this. I mean, this is the stuff no one's talking about. Everybody can talk about his contract and about how he gets $140 million if he fucking gets hurt and quits on the first game. So, or what is it? 100 million? What is it? I don't know.
What? 140 million
140
injury.
million
Guarantee, injury
breaks,
guarantee.
if he breaks his leg on the first game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I actually don't care about all that. I don't.
That's what Jared said.
What is that? Phil Collins? See?
In the wheelchair.
Oh my gosh.
That's what he said. Well, this one is definitely him, but
It- Dude, how did that guy
it's on
make
the
it?
wrong computer. I want to show it.
Oh my goodness gracious. We just got a picture sent to Phil Collins, and I actually
I'll
thought it
post it
was
in the comments.
holy moly. And now listen, that this is current day.
sad,
The dude is
sorry.
old. I'm not, I'm not.
Kind of mean.
I'm not giving him shit now. I'm talking about in the beginning. Anyway,
Oh well, maybe I won't post that. You guys.
So this
can
is
Google
just
it.
a little bit different take on kind of like how fucked up everything is right now. We have a quarterback now. I don't know all the specifics, so don't be giving me shit. I'm just saying, generally speaking, right?
Right.
We know this wonderful, awesome dude as being a half white, half black. That's his game right there, right?
His heritage.
So could you metaphorically say that if Patrick Mahomes is like the personification, is that the right word?
Sure.
He's the persona of what it could be like if white and black people could coexist peacefully, lovingly, and it could become a force, right?
Right.
It could actually become an amazing force for all of this shit to get repaired, fixed, worked on, and to become one. The white and the black community, I know there's other issues too, but because everyone's so hot on this is such a hot button right now.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes is literally the persona of what we're trying to do as an entire nation. We're trying to figure out how to see each other, understand each other. He actually has all of that literally inside of him because it's literally what he is.
The greatness that can come from when two different cultures collide and become one.
Absolutely true. And I know he's only had a season or two. I know he's still kind of like, young, that kind of thing.
He's 24.
But he is very quickly becoming arguably by far the best quarterback the NFL has ever seen.
Yeah.
And that is the result of an amazing unity between black and white, right? I mean, literally.
Right.
I mean, you can call it a stretch if you want, but I'm just saying.
Literally.
I look at things differently because I hate the Chiefs. I don't really care.
You don't
I'm
hate
just
the Chiefs.
joking. God, I'm joking. So anyway, and now, of course, it's already brewing that this 10-year business is kind of, one of its goals is to take down the dynasty of the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that again real quick. The Patriots. The Patriots. Really? The most badass team that's historically ever been in the NFL is called the Patriots?
Mm-hmm.
And now a half white, half black guy is about to spank your damn ass? Ha ha! I love it! This is the greatest movie of all time. Stomp them. He already got him running. Little puss.
Yeah. He got Brady to leave.
He already got Brady running. He already
My
got Brady
dynasty
running.
year's over. I got to do something different.
If the Chiefs destroy that Patriots dynasty, oh boy, we're looking at like God working in mysterious ways. Like, hey, people, here's what you could do if you just got along and started understanding each other. As an Indian chief, my brother just adds another spice to the soup.
A little splash.
An
Oopsie.
Indian chief, half white, half black dude taking down the Patriots. Oh! It's right in front of you, people. You just take the next 5 years watching it happen.
You got to
I'm
keep
telling you
that
right
mascot name, man. You got to keep that
now.
mascot.
I'm telling you
name.
right now. Woo!
Yeah. It's on fire.
He's
On
going to
fire.
solve everything. I think Mahomes might be the Antichrist. I don't know. I think he's...
Antichrist.
Well, yeah, the Antichrist comes according to the Bible. Like, you're going to think he's the most amazing person in the world. And then something's going to happen and he's going to die and then he's going to raise from the dead. And we're all going to be like, fuck!
So,
Hey!
what about Messiah? Wouldn't that be a good word too?
Oh, okay. If you want to, I don't know.
I always heard Antichrist was terrible.
The Hebrew interpretation
Oh, God, here we
is
go.
Messiah is not really Antichrist. I'm telling you guys, we got some exciting crap coming with that whole story. I mean, it could not be more like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, am I way off there? I mean, come on.
I think you're way off.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. We'll see. What opinions? We get some smileys. We got little icons and crap like that. Comment. What do you think? What do you think about what Dan just said?
It's crazy. All right. So I kind of threw out there or something happened. I don't know. Oh, at the first of the show. Yeah. I'm almost required now to talk about Tom Hembry, Deb Shelton, and of course, always wanting to be the center of attention, Jared Isaacs. Because they're online kind of, what's he going to say? He's probably reading our comments. There's Deb.
Just got here. What I missed? Deb. Oh, that's all right. All right. That's okay. All right.
Hey, Mahomes don't need the money, Travis. He's doing it for the love of the game. It's not going to surprise me a bit if he doesn't like give all his money away in the next 6 months.
In a good way.
For the passion, man. He loves it.
In a good way.
He loves it, and you all know he loves it. I don't care if he's making that money. Come on.
I think that, I mean, Travis said something about the Chiefs don't have money to build around them, but they already have several awesome players. They have a Super Bowl team under contract already.
Well, he's suggesting because the city's broke now with that fucking contract.
I know, I hear that, but if you listen to what I'm saying, most of the other players are already most of the Super Bowl winning team is still under contract for a while. They don't need more money to get new stars. They just need to keep Mahomes there. So most of their players are still under 3 to 5 year contracts. So,
well, Deb Shelton would be happy to know that I think I'm going to become a Chiefs fan.
Yay! Woohoo! Yep. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, but we'll go watch the Chiefs play the Cowboys, Deb. We'll go with you. We'll go with you.
Hey, Bev.
Hi, Bev.
Travis, I don't think he's going to take a pay cut. I just have a hunch he's just going to give a shit ton of it away.
In a charitable.
It might even be more intense than a charity. It might be something for real.
Like just walk around the streets of Kansas City handing it out to homeless people.
I don't know, but everyone gives money to a charity. I know you're not a Chiefs fan, Deb, but I've ruffled all the feathers of your friends. You've had to maybe either go to bat for me or totally talk shit about me behind my back. I love it.
Christy said earlier, you're only adding to Jared's material for your roast. But that's exactly.
Fine. That's fine.
That's it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So anyway,
connections messed it up and I missed it. Oh, you get your internet together, Jared.
What did he miss?
I don't know what he missed.
Oh, it's messed up and I missed it. So yeah, anyway, I had to kind of go there. So I did kind of throw out today, like, hey, I mean, what do you want me talking about? Or whenever I threw it out.
It was either today or yesterday, but yeah.
Might have been last night when I was hanging out by myself because my wife went to bed.
It was 12:30 at night and I had to get up early and I need more than 3 hours of sleep. This one can have 3 hours of sleep. I need more than that. Are you with me, people? Are you with me?
It was 12:30 at night.
This silence brought to you by chocolate covered onions.
Who said snacking had to be delicious?
Oh, we are in a weird loopy mood today. Once again, Jared, we are completely not scripted. Yes, Bev. I thought we told you this already, honey. We're going to roast Dan for his birthday next year, not this year. Next year when he turns 50. We've got
a year from next month.
A whole year to plan this freaking roast and everybody get their jokes ready for next August. We don't have a venue or anything yet, but we're going to get that shit. Yeah, Dan needs more than just 3 by God hours of
No, I don't, you jerk. I only need 1 hour and I just keep passing y'all up.
Yeah.
I'm so gorgeous.
You're so gorgeous. Yeah. Right. 3 hours of sleep, beauty sleep. That's funny. Oops. Oh, what are you finger fucking your phone over there for?
I don't know. You talk.
Oh, I'm going to talk. All right. So I guess every time I talk in a break like this, I always talk about getting money
But here's
from
the
people.
thing.
And then you interrupt me. That's our standard, right? It's our standard.
You don't have to just talk about money stuff.
But I feel like it because this is a good place to do that. And if you're interested in helping us out in any way, supporting the show, feel free to do that by whatever means suits you. Patreon is one of our favorites because we're going to start doing those perks that he was mentioning earlier. Special videos and special extra content, I guess is the word everybody uses, just for patron members. And if you just want to throw us $1, $5, $10, whatever a month, just do that. If you don't, we love you're here. We love that you're here. Number one, we love to see our numbers climbing. Our live viewers every week are climbing, and we love that more than anything. But it's there if you guys feel like dropping us a bone. For those of you listening audio only, it's patreon.com/unsungdreamers, patreon.com/unsungdreamers. And we're on Venmo, we are on Cash App, and we're on PayPal. You can find us that way as well. So anyway.
And thank you so much. Seriously. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Jules says, how about Patron? Yeah, okay, I'll take some Patron.
Patron.
Oh, I was going to talk about that, Bev, in a little bit, but we're going to let Dan go on with what he was thinking.
No, I don't really have anything to. I mean,
So-
I got some stuff here. I can kind of go through sort of comment by comment. It's pretty funny.
So I just
But
want to,
yes.
since Bev talked about that real quick, like I just want to talk about that for a second. So we've been working on this remodel of the house next door, which was purchased by my dad, Phil, and his wife, Bev, and we
finally got it done. Basically done this week.
So I just want to.
Hey, so you remember okay, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, you
but
go ahead.
Before you show this,
Yes,
you
sir.
remember the story I told the other day about the red stove that we bought in the same
Right.
neighborhood
We talked
as
about that last week.
as that couple that was wielding their guns at
that's
peaceful protesters. This is the stove.
This is the stove right here. Look at that. Check that out. Look at that.
There
Look
it
at
is.
that.
That's
And
the kitchen we just got done this week.
And this is right next door to us. Yeah. That's one view of it.
Look at that sumbitch.
Look at that. The other view. There's a pool table in there. Here's another view of the pool table room from the kitchen.
For all you girls out there that whine and bitch about maybe hurting your precious fingernails if you do a little work. Miss Tara Lynn right over here got right up on them ladders and we did that ceiling together.
Yeah, we did.
Just the two of us. Nobody helped us on that ceiling. It was awesome.
I did all the painting. Well, you did the ceiling.
We did. Well, you mean painting.
Painting. I said painting.
You got up there and held all them boards up, cut some boards and sanded some boards, put some holes.
And you did the whole floor, and we both did the cabinets, and you did the backsplash. And this is my favorite part of the thing. I think this is my favorite. This is their bar. We put this bar together. Dan designed it and made it like completely custom. This is what we do for a living in our day job, kids.
Oh, you know I can design a bar.
So those of you listening to audio only, we get that this is a little bit shitty, but you can look on Facebook on Fritz Designs on Facebook, and you can find these pictures. Anyway, so this is the renovation we did of my dad and Bev's house next door.
Are these on Fritz Designs yet? They are?
They will be by the time this goes audio.
Oh, unless we forget.
Right.
But there's other pictures like this. So if you guys are ever interested in doing some fun stuff, this literally is, we don't talk about it super much, but this is the kind of shit we sort of do on the daily.
This is what we do. So Bev mentioned it a minute ago, and she said her Facebook friends are freaking jealous and all that stuff. So thank you for the kind comments. We appreciate that. Oodles and bunches. So,
yeah, it turned out really good. Proud of it.
We worked our asses off. It took us a minute to get started, but once we got started, we worked our asses off and got it freaking done. So we got a couple more things to button up, and then they're going to move down, hopefully, by the end of August.
Yeah. So if you're interested, I had a couple of people asking me some ideas or telling me some ideas of crip to talk about. One of them, which I thought was funny. I think it's kind of funny. I don't know if it's very interesting. It might be to some of you, but Evan told me what the world of Christian music in the 90s was like behind the pretty. He's like, I don't know. I always liked that stuff.
Behind the pretty.
And I'm like, well, I remember a couple things. Eddie Hines commented, talk about the dark beer Christians. Which
Ooh.
it's, yeah, there's, but I did. Okay. So here's the deal. I did decide that I would only say something that I know for an absolute fact. There's lots of rumors, like the time Carmen said he's the fucking Elvis of Christian music. Now, I don't know. Listen, I wasn't standing there, but I had a pretty decent, reliable source.
Decent, reliable source.
When a big band was double headlining with him at a festival that I was at. Listen! And they brought all their stuff in and they set it all up, and it was going to make it pretty hard for Carmen to get all his stuff set up because there's just so much stuff. And when he got mad about it, allegedly, he said, you don't understand. I'm the fucking Elvis of Christian music.
Oh!
Hey, I've already said 4 times I didn't see it happen.
Did he use the F word?
Yes, that's what it says. I'm the fucking Elvis of Christian music. Get your shit off my stage.
Oh my god.
Now listen. I don't know. I was at least within a 500-yard earshot of it, but I didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
I didn't see it. And those are not the stories I would tell about the behind the scenes of Christian music, because I will only tell stories that I absolutely know for sure because I saw it for myself. Do you want one? I'll tell you one, and it involves recording. I will say Christian artist in the recording studio is not necessarily the Christian artist.
We're reading comments. Sorry, audio people.
No, I'm just laughing at myself.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Oh, yeah, because, oh, yeah. So anyway.
I'm sucking in my cheeks.
Yeah, you got to suck in your cheeks.
That makes me look sad.
I do know that if you were into Christian music at all back in the 90s, and I'm going to keep everything very broad. I mean, all the way from pop to like rock to like, those kinds of things. I do know that there is a record out there. I saw this with my own eyes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you're laughing at yourself again.
There is a Christian record on the shelf right now at a Christian bookstore. And one song has a percussion part in it. And the percussion part actually is in stereo. Oh, a lot of you guys in this thread would know this record. Two guys, left and right, that have SM58s stuck on their pubic hair. And then as the song was playing,
I just don't remember what you're talking about.
Which is kind of like this song kind of had one of these like had one of those kind of vibes to it. And so they took the microphone and they rubbed it in their pubic hair like
on a Christian record.
And that is the percussion part to a
two guys
decently popular Christian record. I saw it with my own eyes. So I do know that one happened.
You're not going to mention the artist.
Oh, no, I can't mention the artist. No, I can't mention the artist. My face is as red as a baboon's ass. Put that up there.
That's what Jules says.
That's what she said. It is red. Look how red it is.
No, every time, like right after you take a shower, your entire face and your eyeballs turn red. It's like something about showering.
You want another story behind the pretty? You want another story behind the pretty, Evan?
I think they do. Yeah.
Now, I don't know.
Oh, there's Eddie.
Those
Hi,
damn
Eddie.
dark beer Christians. Eddie and I have had this conversation, and it also reminds me of another Christian artist I saw play here in Springfield, and I was friends with her when she was starting to kind of be known. I don't know if I should say her name or not. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but she's pretty decent size now. And honestly, she played at cartoons and for like a benefit.
Yep.
And she drank wine. She drank wine out of a coffee cup the whole time she was there. And I went up to see her because I hadn't seen her in a long time because we used to kind of be friends back in the day. And I was like, coffee? Like 7:00 at night? And she's like, no. It's not coffee.
Not coffee.
And it was just wine. It wasn't even like some hardcore drink. She was just sipping wine, but she was too scared to actually have it in a wine glass. So she kept it in a coffee mug.
Oh, Eddie says take care and don't throw anyone under the bus.
No, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. I'm not going to do that. Except for the Carmen story. That was just funny.
Yeah.
Even if it is true, I think it's fucking funny.
I think it's great.
Because he kind of was the Elvis of Christian music. Doesn't bother me a bit.
Oh gosh.
I won't throw anyone on the bus. But I do remember going and hanging out with her at cartoons one night, and she was sipping wine out of a coffee cup.
Yep.
And that's kind of yeah. Jesus made tons of wine.
What do we have?
Oh my gosh, I think we have a guest.
Oh, I know who that is.
Look, he could stop right there, and everybody would know.
Everybody would know who he is. Hi, buddy. Hey, get you a chair. Let's get you a chair. Holy shit! He said someone was coming, but I had no idea. Yay! I'm gonna wait till you get sat down.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Richie Allen!
The one and the only.
What is up?
What's up? What's up?
My dog's barking now. He's all like,
Hello.
oh, somebody's here. Somebody's here. Wearing a St. Louis hat. You got is that a signature or just
Nah,
a
just
a regular hat?
No,
Right on.
I don't like hats.
We
You just
changed
getting
gears.
off work?
Nah, I just woke up.
Just woke up. What time is it?
Yeah.
Just woke up. Shit.
What
This is
y'all
Richie
doing?
Allen. He's awesome drummer, awesome human being. So glad you're
I
here.
try to be.
You are. You totally are.
Yes,
Oh,
you
man.
are. We ain't doing nothing. We're just shooting a shot. I was just telling stories about behind the pretty of the Christian music industry.
Behind the.
Yeah, and you dismissed a story where I told about a record I worked. Well, I shouldn't say I worked on it, but I was there.
You could say you worked on it because you worked on
And
quite
the-
a few.
And one of the percussion parts in the song was two guys rubbing the mic on their pubic hair
On a Christian record.
in stereo, bro. We did them left and right. It was like one of these like one of them kind of vibes. It's like that's a true story, my friends.
Right.
Was it purposefully because it was a Christian record that they used their pubic hair?
Well,
I mean, they could have used a beard.
We
or
were
something.
ornery.
Ornery.
We were ornery.
Ornery. They were ornery. Right.
Pubic hairs on the mic. Huh?
Oh my God.
We had to spray them buggers down when we got
I
done.
bet.
I have no idea why Bev has said hi, Ben. I no, this isn't Ben. This is
I
Richie.
don't know.
No, I'm not Ben by far.
Oh,
In many ways.
she's saying hi to Ben Russell.
Oh,
Okay,
in
my
the
bad.
comments,
My bad. I
in
was
the
like, oh, I'm way
comments.
behind. I got all
I
caught
see the
up.
comments now.
Yeah, comments are
That's
there
what's
and
up.
over here at the same time. So
And some of them are talking to each other.
yeah, so that's what it
See,
was.
Ben Harold just said hi to Bev.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, Ben Harold.
All right,
did?
we're getting this.
Oh,
We're getting
okay.
it worked out.
Shit,
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
I was not
working
paying
out.
attention. That is my bad. All I can see, I can't see past the camera. So, shit.
I'll tell you one more in this subject here. There is a Christian artist who is absolutely huge. I mean, he's in the level
Give me the
of
camera.
I'm trying.
Okay.
He's in the level of being like in the top 10 biggest of all time. And he
Okay.
was known for having
You can't even tell a story
Right.
without laughing.
he was known for having bigger balls than he had a dick.
Like literally.
He was known for that.
He was, well, amongst the buds, you know, all of us buds,
Like,
like
literally, not
we talk
guts.
about our dick sometimes, and I don't know. And so it was kind of known that if he took a shit, his balls would actually be in the water.
Oh my god!
Wow.
But his dick wasn't actually that big. But for some reason, he had this other thing.
He's got the biggest balls of them all.
Yeah, and
Balls of them all.
and now here's something I never saw in person, but I definitely heard about it from multiple people as if it was absolute fact, and I believe it because they saw it, and I trusted their what they were telling me. He would smack that whole fucking package up to the front, and then could wing it back and smack himself in the back too.
So you get a clap with
Then
it.
he'd get a clap going up.
Wow.
One of the biggest names in the biz.
Instead of clapping ass, clapping
Can you,
nuts.
Now I don't know if it ever got recorded, but
just for me, can you write down initials to see if I know who this is? I won't say who it is.
I thought I've already told you that story.
I don't recall this story. Just jot me down some
Dude,
initials.
I can't.
I know. Okay, I thought so. Okay, nice. One of the biggest names in the business. That is fucking great.
Now you know.
Now I know.
I got one more before we move on from this conversation.
All right.
Good friend of mine actually engineered some songs for Amy Grant. Oh, fuck. I mean, a girl that's like Amy Grant. She's like it. It wasn't her, but she's similar to her. And this was years ago. And this was an engineer. I won't name his name, but he was ornery. He's the guy that would just all the studio mics in the whole place. And he also would set one up in the lobby sometimes, all over the place. And he always had those running separately from the project he was working on.
Sneaky bastard.
Just making sure some shit was going to DAT, like, because you never know. Like
DAT tape.
Yeah, nobody knows
How
what a DAT tape
1990s
is.
of
We
you.
do, but nobody else does. So anyway, he always just had some random little side mic set up that looked like you're in a studio. So if you see a mic over in the corner there,
You don't think anything
you
of
don't
it.
think it's hooked
You
up.
don't know what's
If
on.
you worked
hooked
with
up.
this guy, it's hooked up.
Everything's hot in the studio,
Yes.
in the bathroom, in the kitchen.
He would just lay mics on top of like a guitar amp, but it would be hot.
Sneaky bitch.
And he had one in this gal's vocal booth when she was cutting vocals.
Some random Christian singer.
Yeah, random Christian singer whose name was Shamey
Smant.
And anyway, right in the middle of cutting vocals on this particular record she was working on, which he was engineering, her bestie comes to the studio and they got to take a break. Like, I need to take a break because my friend's here and we've been needing to talk for a long time. I haven't seen her in forever and everything else. And so she goes into the vocal booth with her, and my guy is just sitting in the studio, just like waiting. He's just waiting, and it's all going to that.
Oh my God.
And she tells her best friend,
Use another fake name.
no, I mean, I fucked up
You're
already.
there.
She tells her best friend that she thinks she has feelings for
Chintz Thrill.
she thinks she has feelings for Vince Gill, and she doesn't know what to do about it. And oh my gosh, she's just like freaking out because like, oh, I think we're starting to like each other and blah blah blah. She's like, what the fuck? You're married? He's married? All this guy. He's got this whole fucking shit.
Oh my God.
And then about almost upwards of a year later, it hits
The whole controversy.
It hits the news that Vince
Yeah.
Gill and Amy Grant are a thing, and he's
Mhm.
like, I got a tape, bro.
Right. Can't get me caught up. Huh?
Which is probably so against the law.
Oh, of course it is. You can't.
That's why I shouldn't do it.
That's why you shouldn't tell that story, right?
But somebody asked,
Yeah.
what's the ugly behind the pretty in Christian music?
Well, there you
I
go.
got some of
There's
those.
some ugly. There's some ugly, but it's
They're
a
not
love
really ugly. They're just funny.
It's a love story because they're still together and they're super happy right now. So it's actually worked out for the better.
this was pushing 20 years ago.
Early 90s,
Yeah.
mid at the latest.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. It is funny.
It is.
And if anybody takes offense and we get sued, well, we don't have any money, so good luck.
I don't think what I made it all up. It's all a joke.
It's
all a
all
joke.
fake. It's all fake.
All right, so what next? Richie.
Richie.
It's good to see you. We already said this,
We
but
did. I think I need another seltzer if you've
just
got one
whizzing
over
right
there.
here.
Thank you very
I
much.
just snuck in real quick.
You snuck in real quick. Thank you, babe. And you may have one if you'd like one.
I got a
You got a
Tall
Coors
boy's
Light?
light
You
right
got a
here.
tall boy? All right.
little tall boy
Fantastic.
going.
Good. So
we just showed pictures of the house we finished up right before you got here, and
How's your dad like it?
oh
That-
my God,
they loved
freaked
it.
out. They freaked out.
and Richie was a little bit a part of that because we got the
Oh.
pool table drug into the room. It
We
goes
told
in,
them the story of that.
and we couldn't get it up on its feet. so I start texting Richie like, "Man, we really miss you, buddy. Like we haven't seen you in so long."
Right.
Can we borrow your muscle?
I swear that happened earlier.
It
It
did.
did.
He told me later. He was like, "All you gotta do is ask me to move the pool table. Don't act like you miss me." Shit. It really was two separate things. But no, man, he came over almost in the middle of the night, and we got that sucker up on its feet.
It was so cute because you came over, we hung out, you saw the kitchen, we talked for a bit, and he's like, "Let's do this shit before we get too
it over
drunk."
with. Right.
Yeah.
So Bev, if Dad's on there too, this is the fellow we told you about that helped us just pull it right up there.
She just said, "Thank you, dude."
Oh, there you
You're
go. There you
welcome.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's who we got to do that. So that's fantastic. So what kind of playing projects you got going on?
None.
None.
Well, now take that back.
Dun dun
That
dun.
hurts my heart.
Got the red light runners coming out, but we can't seem to get a gig. So
What
We got
is the
some
Red
in,
Light Runners?
it's this new deal. Me, Drew,
We saw him.
Steve.
Oh yeah, the delicious one we saw the other night.
I
Oh, that was awesome.
can agree on the delicious one. But
You guys were just jamming, and we were sitting there just like, what is going
But you know,
on?
since the cat's out the bag, it was actually already a band.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah,
Right.
We've been rehearsing for a minute, so
It sounded good.
You could tell because it was.
yeah, we're gonna kill it.
Yeah.
the young guys keeping me on my toes, man. They waking me back up.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You need some fresh stuff anyway.
I do, man. I do.
Yeah.
Maybe
And-
I get more haters on my team.
There you
too.
go.
Yeah.
No such thing as bad press.
Yeah, because I got a lot of them out there.
I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you. After
I,
your
I love me some haters.
I love his posts. You post so honestly all the time about
do.
whatever, and I love it. I love that. I love the freedom there. So it's really cool. But say the name again.
Red light runner.
Red
Red
Light,
Light
Runners.
Runners.
That's pretty funny. I like that.
Yeah.
Seriously, you've got to look for it. If you're around here and haven't seen them yet, because gosh, that was probably, is that the only time you guys played? Was like an
Yeah,
open
like,
mic? Well,
yeah.
it was someone's birthday or something.
Deb's birthday
It was,
Yeah,
was it
that's-
Deb's?
was the first time we took it serious.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But there was Russ's.
Russ's, yeah.
going
Oh, Russ
away
is going
party.
away party.
That's
where
when we saw them because we were up in the lake for.
So they
Deb's
haven't
birthday.
been like formal gigs, but like
Yeah, no
it's just
formal,
been
yeah.
kind of fun. So you may or may not have actually got to catch them, but you need to keep an eye out for them because they were great. It was great.
It was delicious.
It's fun.
It was delicious. I
Is
had
it still that same lineups?
Same
Sparks
lineup.
and
Sparks, Biney, Nick.
I love
Dave,
that
and
Nick.
me.
We didn't even
Yeah.
know who he was, and it was
Yeah,
just
what
like,
you
who is
call him-
that
what you
guy?
call him the first night?
What did I
The-
call him?
The short dude or something?
Yeah, she probably came up with some
probably
drunken
had
nickname for
Right.
him.
Drunken nickname.
It was a cool name, though. But
Oh, what did I call? I don't. Oh,
I can't
I
remember.
don't know. But he was
But
adorable.
he's a little guy and he's a beast.
He's a
Yeah, he's a
beast.
beast.
It's a good lineup. It's a real good lineup. So, is it going to be all covers? You going to do any
no,
originals? or-
we're working on originals.
Nice.
Like, yeah, we're working on some originals.
Very
That's
cool.
cool.
You know, we got to start out with the covers, the Realer Man.
Or at least reel them in, and also get to know you guys' groove.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys are a bunch of musicians, you all know each other. But when you play with each other as a cover band, it can kind of get you to
Yeah,
feel.
you'll figure everybody
Yeah.
out.
And then you know where everybody breathes and everything. Then you can start writing and stuff like that. He started differently. He did nothing but original from the
Right.
beginning, you know. And then it was different to transition to cover
Yeah. it
in a
was.
way.
It was.
Well, some of the stuff you were doing was originals, but it wasn't yours when you
But it
early on.
also isn't because I was so cool. I just no, I'm saying I've never meant to come off like Well, I've always
I'm
done
so
it.
awesome.
I didn't know how to play anybody's songs. Like,
Yeah.
I was
It's an
just-
art. It's an art.
My time was spent just doing stuff that we
Right.
were working on, and I just sort of stumbled into it. I never thought of myself as, oh, so much better than doing. It just was like, I don't know.
Right.
It's like,
right.
oh, you want to play some Van Halen? I was like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. We still got 2 more songs to finish up, or something like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't. I was
Right.
more kind of ignorant and dumb about it than I was cool. That's for sure.
Well, it's a different world. I grew up in music doing nothing but covers, and so originals were really foreign to me. And now that we've dabbled more in originals, I've done a handful, but now with him, I've done more originals than I ever have in my life. And it's like, okay, this is a cool thing. But then it's like for a cover singer who just tries to sound like the singer,
Mhm.
it's like I don't know what I sound like. Well, I'm absolutely if you ever get a bunch of tinfoil and wad it up. That's me. All
Right.
these different singers just wadded up into a thing. And that is actually what I sound like. So, okay, that can be original. Let's go with that. And then just
Right.
branch off from there. So I came from different roots when it comes to doing originals and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Well, it's funny because as a couple, probably some of our worst fights ever was trying to work through exactly what you're talking about right now. Like
shit.
some
Wow.
couples fight about
Yeah.
like money or like whatever, like how to raise the kids. Like we have yelled at each other. Like, no, at the end of that, it's more of a "Sss," and she's like, I'm doing that. Like, "Sss." It's like, no, it's "Sss." Like, I'm fucking, you tell me. And we have all of a sudden lost our shit out here in the studio
Over
before
that.
about whether or not it's "Sss" or "Sss."
Oh, it's
I'm trying, Dan. I was like, I'm not yelling at you. Yes, you are. Scream at this.
you're
Oh,
making me sound like a little bitch. When you're actually the asshole. So come on. No, I'm kidding. No, but you're right. It's weird. He also has a different manner of producing, than I'm
Right.
used to. Like I have to say I have limited studio time, but the producers that I've had have all been like coddling and cuddly and
Right.
and so if he comes at me in this like, come on, I know you got it. I'm like, ah! And then
I
you
kinda
had me
came
crying
from-
one night. You had me crying
No,
one
I
night.
know. I'm saying
You
I
was
just
crying?
Like literally crying. Not
You
not
know to cry, Dan? That was an asshole move, wasn't it?
it was more
There's no crying in baseball.
there's no crying in recording.
Right.
But it was more of an emotional cry because of the content of the song. It wasn't he made me cry. He made me feel the song so much that I cried.
Right.
So it wasn't because he was being an asshole, but he
It
did.
probably was.
You're always kind of an asshole.
Well,
you know
yeah.
this.
I
Everybody
came
knows
more
this.
from that school of a lot. The producer that I worked with a lot.
Yeah.
He kind of had more of that attitude of like, you suck and I'm not impressed and I'm going to the mall.
Yeah, like fuck you.
And the studio's still going to cost $800 more by 10 o'clock tonight. So
Yeah.
I'm out.
Hurry up.
So then you're just like, then we would like, well, we got to
Right.
impress him next time he comes in. And he, for some reason, that whole dynamic worked really well with us because the more he would not properly insult us, but
You were
just-
also an angry alternative Christian band.
well,
in the
yeah,
90s.
Yeah.
So it worked really
And so the
well.
more he just kind of
Yeah.
gave us the like, you guys ain't got it
Yeah.
yet, the more we
Right.
would work.
He knew what he was doing.
And
He
so
doesn't do that with Miranda.
I like that style. And so sometimes I've tried it on her, like, you are better than this. Like, just do it. And she's just like, don't do that to me. Don't say that to me. It just discourages me. It makes me not want to sing.
It makes me feel like a failure.
It makes me feel like a failure.
Not
So-
terrible.
It doesn't work.
We gotta find that middle ground.
It doesn't work.
between
It don't
between
work.
No.
No, it doesn't work. You gotta find that middle ground between pushing me and you have to know your client.
No, I know.
As a
I know. It's
producer.
gotten way better. I'm
yeah,
talking
this
old
was- this
school.
was
Or
4
you're
years
getting way
ago.
better.
Yeah, I'm getting better. We're getting better at working together.
This was 4 years ago plus.
Yes,
when we
yes.
first
It was a while
developed
ago.
the studio. So it was a lot of getting to know each other. We weren't even together then. We were just kind of friends, and it was just like yeah. So
No, no.
I like
No, it's
damn it. Because then there's the battle. Then there's also the battle, just to add to that, between what I think will work Like
It is.
producing myself at fucking 50 years old, I kind of know what I like and I know what I can do, so it's this place to find that greatness between two artists that can butt heads or actually start to work. And I think we're starting to work really, really well together.
Well, we're getting there.
Yeah.
You
We better.
You could still use some improvement.
So could you. I ain't doing. It's sorry. Okay, I'll compromise. I don't even remember. Anyway, that's adorable.
The bigger things have been your timing. You got the
I have
funkiest
shitty
timing. You don't have shitty timing, but like
You don't got
like,
timing?
as far as grooves,
I do, but
like groove and like the syncopation that comes with groove, and like if you're just kind of like and you're doing that kind of stuff, she's a little more like
I'm a what?
I'll
say it. I'll say it. I am a white girl.
Oh, you are white as fuck.
I can get down and I can sing some shit, but you throw me something that's
With some rhythm
It's-
in it.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
here's the thing. If we rehearse it, I can fucking get into
Oh,
it
she'll
and
get
know
it.
exactly
She'll
what's
get
going
it.
on. But if you throw it to me on stage, damn it, Tracy Chapman song with what's his name?
Norm Jackson.
Norm. He did that to me.
Yeah.
And you've heard me sing. I can sing
Mhm.
the fucking phone book, but that night I was just like, it's your stage, bro.
Yeah, it was-
I don't even know what's happening because he was just being so fucking awesome and throwing all this
Ad-libbing.
ad-lib shit to me. And I'm just like,
Like,
yep.
well,
Yeah.
That's it. That's
she
it.
should have hit it long then.
Totally. And he was just, not that I didn't sing it well, but I just didn't have what he had.
Right.
Wow. Like,
Great Norman.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of those instances where my timing is just freaking weird. And it's just like, I like to know what's coming next. And when something's thrown at me, sometimes it throws me and sometimes I can grab it and go.
Right.
But generally speaking, it's just, I'm a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of girl, Whatever.
But you're awesome.
You are.
Thanks.
You can sing your ass off.
Thanks. You want some technical teaching? I can fucking do that.
You can. You need to play with him maybe a little more.
I would love to do that. God, that'd be crazy.
Music.
We're having too much fun. We're not even paying attention to our
Right.
people. Sorry.
They're having their own
I
conversation
know.
anyway.
Got a conversation going on. Whatever.
Hey, how's it
Hey.
going, man?
Hey, love.
All kinds of icons and hardly any comments. You guys are just talking amongst yourselves, like, what the hell is going on in this podcast? But this is fun.
It
This
is
is
fun.
good. This is really fun.
All right. So what do you think?
What do I think about what?
I don't know.
We're only an hour in, so we got plenty of time.
What's you got?
We've been told by other podcasters, oh my God, you guys go 2 hours. And then when we start to shut it down at 2 hours on Thursday nights, people are like, no, stay longer. So it's like,
Right.
you know,
Hopefully they're out there having some drinks
no
with us.
shit, having some
How's everyone
drinks.
doing on your drinks?
I got my drink. It looks gross because it's in a wine glass that I didn't wash out. It's my own wine glass that had red wine in it that I just put my lemonade and my seltzer. I know but it's my own glass, so it's okay. There's no crubbies.
Oh, them dark beer Christians. Anyway,
I don't even know what that reference means.
it's similar to the wine in the coffee cup.
Mm.
It's like Christians,
All right.
the Christians are okay with, generally speaking, the church is okay with drinking beer as long as it's like a snobby fancy beer. If it's like a snobby fancy beer, like even something not that snobby like Guinness, or if it's one of these like blah, 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 then they'll like drink beer. But like Christians drinking like domestic, well, that means you're a fucking drinker.
So they don't believe in drinking Old English or none of that?
Well, hey,
Pabst.
Yeah.
no, it's not even what they believe in. It's just like they feel like it's a little more gratuitous to drink Bud Light than it would be like, pale ale, IPA shit. That stuff's just more like a.
Where are these rules in the Bible?
They're not in the Bible. I just said that. It has nothing to do with what they actually believe or that there's rules. It's just like, sorry to say it, but anal sex is actually also called Christian sex.
Wow.
Do you guys not know this? Everybody watching knows this,
I've
right?
been over here a good 20 minutes and I done learned.
I just that sounds so
All
good
you
in the nose.
churchgoers out there, your kids are doing it in the butt like crazy. And the
Oh
reason
my God.
why they're doing it is because they can't get pregnant, and that's their only argument. As long as you can't get pregnant in the boo-ha, then it's called Christian sex. That's a known thing. There's a lot of people that talk about Christian sex, which is basically a little bit nicer, cleaner way to say anal. That's a true
Somebody
thing.
said, oh man, apparently now I am a Christian. Jared.
Nice, Jared. Oh, I love that guy.
Praise you, Jesus. She coming on a Honda, not a Mitsubishi.
Coming in a Honda, not a Mitsubishi.
She comes in on a Honda, not a
Oh my
Mitsubishi.
God. Oh,
Jared's been saved.
What did Josh
Saved
say?
Jared.
What did Joshua Poole say? What does that say?
He says, I'm a natty
Natty
light
light
Christian.
He's
He's going to barely get into heaven.
Nice.
You know there's one of those stands right outside the gates that's totally just like, go, baby, go, baby.
Right outside the pearly gates.
Oh, yeah, that dude's out there with one of those trays with the, just like at the
In a
Kentucky
white
Derby.
robe.
Well, mate, no, I'm not saying it'll be God. It'll be some,
But they all
random
wear
dude.
robes, right?
well, I don't know. Surely the style
know.
has, surely
I would
the
hope.
style's
Since Greece-
upgraded in
since-
2,000 years.
Since ancient Greece.
I swear to God, if I show up and he's got a robe on, I'm like, dude, like there
let's
are
update.
stores.
Let's go to the mall, bro.
I'm kicking you out immediately.
Yeah, no kidding,
He's
bro.
causing trouble.
Oh, boy.
Don't you walk up here with your damn robe?
You're going to be like, do I have to put a robe on?
Lord.
Shit. I don't want to put a robe on with a gold
Oh
cable.
my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. We are.
Stephanie's also natty light.
Nice, Steph.
Natty light.
No,
Oh
it's a real
gosh.
thing. That's
Wow,
absolutely
I did
a real
not
thing.
know that. That's
Even when
great.
we were on tour, we would kind of meet some kids at our shows and got to be friends with them, maybe head out to Denny's afterwards. So then we got to be a little more real instead of like pretending we're something on stage, right? And so we would bring this subject up. We brought it up a lot. Like, and I would bring it up more like, you know, around the weird corner. I'd just be like, hey, do you guys know what Christian sex is? And they're like,
with your band or other bands or what?
just maybe some kids that were at our show, but we got to be friends with them more than just they.
Oh, I got you.
And they're
And they're just like, yeah, we do. It wouldn't matter what city, state, nothing. So you do know what
Right.
Christian sex is, right?
We do this.
Oh, yeah, it's a known thing, bro. Everyone knows it.
Oh my God. I remember when you first told me about this in this Christian sex.
It's
bullshit.
real as shit. And anybody uptight and out there want to fight me, I'm telling you right now, it's real.
No,
It's
it's a
real.
real thing.
I
I
believe you, Dan.
yeah.
it is.
So all of your kids that are going to church camp this week,
Watch out.
because I have a couple students that are heading off to church camp.
Send them with some looby.
Just saying.
What's up, Chet?
Oh, is that Chet Smith?
Yeah.
Woo! He
Goose!
He
I ain't
says
seen him in a
goose.
minute.
He
Chet,
likes to go.
Chet.
He likes to be on YouTube. He likes to watch from YouTube. So his comments are hidden from the Facebookers.
Oh.
but
Because he can watch them on his big screen. and
totally,
his
he's got
TV.
his big screen like
got a
this.
big
and we-
screen set up.
yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube you can watch on your television if
Oh,
you got a smart
Chet.
TV. Chet, we hung out with him not too long
I
ago.
ain't seen him in a minute. man.
Yeah, he needs to get out more often.
He does.
I don't know if he's doing a lot of art on his computer. He's
Yeah.
doing a lot of. I think he's doing some. What did he say? He was doing some studio photos and stuff.
Yeah, he's.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
he kind of
Seen
does
him
it.
since 320s.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Real
that's
shit.
Oh,
that has been
wow.
a minute.
Damn,
That's
that has
a
been
minute, man.
a couple of.
He's
minutes.
still a cantankerous asshole.
I
He
bet
is.
Nothing's
He is.
changed.
Nothing's changed.
I bet he is.
Set in his ways.
Right.
Asshole. No, just kidding, Chet.
We love Chet.
He says playa.
He says, "Play it." Man, I'm actually surprised. I'm getting comments that like, "Oh, I just learned something new." It's like that. It's a no. Maybe that's just the weird world
I
I
did
lived
too,
in for a
though, man.
while. Yeah, it's new to you too.
That's very new.
Oh, it's
But
rampant.
you were deep into the youth group Christian thing, though.
But when they would always preach like I'm saving myself, and they do
Yeah.
all these, they're
over
saving
there-
themselves vaginally.
Holy
As long as
still
they
having
save
sex
themselves
in the ass.
vaginally, the anal doesn't count.
Are you serious?
I thought they just did
Swear to
oral.
God.
Like oral would be
I
way
heard
better.
They
that
do.
did that.
Way
They do.
better. Like for the girl.
There is oral,
Or the
but
guy.
if they want to go a little
They gotta go
freakier,
both ways.
if they want to go a little freakier,
Let me say, hey,
anal.
bend over. You can't get pregnant, right?
right.
yeah,
And that's
Fuck
all
it.
that matters. Let's
That's
do
all
it all.
that matters.
it's
Do it
all that
all.
matters. The way they reason it, and I'm not saying every single one, but I'm saying a bigger majority than you would think. The way they reason it is, sex is not anal, but vaginal
We're going to
is.
hell. We just decided.
Bro.
He just decided we're going to hell.
No, I think if I'm going to hell and I walk up to God, he's going to like fucking roll his eyes and he's going to be like, I know, just come in. Don't give me shit, Dan.
Well,
I'm going to be like, bro.
without getting super deep.
Shit, I'm a sinner. Oral is healthy.
Nice. Good job, Jules.
Right.
Yep, that's right. What do you mean by Jared? Whoever is at the pearly gates is a carny? Oh, like a carnival, like a carnival person. I got you.
Yeah, it's kind of like that
got
dude.
you.
I think it's kind of like that dude that did pretty good. He's up there. He's not necessarily in, but he can like sell T-shirts outside.
Right.
Like, that's still better than hell, I guess. I mean, if you could at least be around the fucking gate selling shirts and like little things that like, or like a fan that you can spray because you're hot.
Yeah.
And it's got water in it and it can spray. If you can sell that shit outside of heaven, that's still a decent eternal life.
I'm putting this up here.
I do that.
Babe, read this one on the screen.
And I hung out with the wrong Christian girls in high school.
Right.
You know it.
No, Josh, I will tell you the truth right now. You probably hang out with the right Christian girls. You just wouldn't have thought in a million years to ask them if that was okay with them. It is way bigger deal than you think. I promise.
But oh my god.
Hey, somebody asked me to tell them about the 90s Christian music.
The
ugly side
behind
of the pretty.
Well, that's a good topic.
There's some shit right there, I
This was
guarantee it.
it.
45 minutes worth of
Behind the
material, bro.
scenes.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to dwell that long on it.
No, it's good though because this is hilarious because some people know across the board absolutely, and some are just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
And hey, just in case you doubt me, if you go asking somebody that's going to church right now, like, hey, do you have Christian sex? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. They're the ones fucking doing it.
They're the ones, right? The
So
professionals.
don't come back to me like,
super defensive.
I asked several people and they said, no, it doesn't exist. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They're the ones doing it.
That's right.
They know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
know exactly.
Christian sex.
Christian sex.
Unbelievable.
Have you seen those two girls that have that music video? Just like, fuck me in the asshole, Jesus.
Yeah. It's
the same fucking
it's
thing.
not Simon and Garfunkel. They have a name that's like
No, it's nothing like Simon.
no,
and
but their
Garfunkel.
name is
It's like that, yes.
it's a takeoff on that.
Yeah.
It's a
The whole song is about
Yeah.
exactly what I'm
Mhm.
talking about.
Yep.
Serious?
I'm
Mhm.
gonna Google that shit. You
It's
guys-
these two twins that like sing this little funny song, and it's like "fuck me in the ass for Jesus" or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what they're talking about.
Wow.
So when
Sorry.
when somebody reads my Google history when I die, it's gonna say "fuck me in the ass for Jesus." So anyway,
It's something. It is something like that. Anyway, Garfunkel and Oates.
Yes, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Julia. Yes, that's exactly it.
No,
Garfunkel and Oates. That's exactly who it is.
Are
Is
you
that a
sure?
group?
Yes, it is. Look at this shit right here, right freaking here. Maybe inappropriate for some users.
Oh, YouTube's telling us it's inappropriate. Mom's telling me she should have beat me more growing up.
Many of you haven't said become bald.
Oh wait, close. No,
The
no,
loophole.
no.
Garfunkel and Oates, the loophole.
Yes, it's them. I need to fucking mute this shit right here, but it's them.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just gonna play. It's not gonna play very well because it's not hooked. That's it right there.
So that's what they're talking about?
Garfunkel
Yeah.
and Oates. That's exactly who that is.
Yeah, it's the
Thank you,
loophole. I think
Julia.
this song's called God's Loophole, which is if you fuck in the ass, you can't get
What's
pregnant.
up, Scotty-O?
Oh, you gotta check that out. Oh, is it? Yeah. So Richie Rich, nice,
Scotty.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm turning down the volume on this. Sorry, my bad.
You can
Right.
stop it, but you guys can go out there and search Garfunkel and Oates, something about God's loophole.
Loophole. Just do loophole, you'll find it. But that's it. Garfunkel and Oates. See, I knew it was like Simon and Garfunkel, but see what they did there? You see what they did there?
I
Simon
did.
and Garfunkel, Hall and Oates,
Hall and
Garfunkel and
Oates.
Oates, Garfunkel and Oates. They're a real group.
I got you. I know.
All right, boo boo. All right. Putting this back on here, silencing. Okay, cool. Now we're back. Oh, you have to correct yourself with your grammar. How nice, Jared.
He's very scripted.
I know he's very scripted. And I still haven't given him an answer of whether I'm going to be on his show or not because I don't know if we're going to be out of town yet. We have to figure that out.
This weekend?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm supposed to be on his show. He asked me anyway. And so we need to figure that out. Oh, dead air. Dead air.
Cold
Dead air.
outside. I'm reading. What's going on?
I'm choking
I know,
on my
Is your
booze.
shirt the Beastie Boys? No, Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. Look at that. That doesn't look like any one of the Beastie Boys right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Couldn't see it though. And on the, I guess on the screen, yeah, you can't see that. Fuck off. Sorry, Jared.
He might be talking to me
Probably.
for telling him he's
Garfunkel
scripted.
and Oates.
Garfunkel and Oates. Garfuckle and Oates.
Garfuckle. And then I'm still going to call you Scotty, but he said, what did he say there? I can't see it. Bridge over enema water.
Carney. Not Kearney.
Yeah, is it Kearney
Kearney?
and not Carney?
That's what I would
Stephanie
wonder.
says this is off topic, but why do Springfield people pronounce it Carney instead
Carney.
of Kearney?
I was corrected
Kearney.
when I was very, very young.
What you get?
I
corrected with,
said-
Kearney.
I called it Kearney because it was Kearney. So I said, over on Kearney Street, let's go to cruise our cars or whatever. And people are like, where are you from? It's Kearney.
Carney.
I'm like, there's no reason for that. It doesn't say Kearney, it says Kearney. So I was like 16, going to the freaking Springfield Fair,
Huh.
driving
tell you.
from Grove Spring. And I was corrected by some assholes from Glendale or Hillcrest or something. I don't know.
Always known it as Carney.
I do
I
now.
know,
I
I
do
know.
now, but that was when I first came
Well,
up to Springfield.
she's saying it's Kearney.
It should be, but everyone here says Kearney. We're just waiting for comments. Okay.
Right.
This phone is, our camera is in a really bad spot. I have to look
It's
around.
all right. It don't matter. Who
Doesn't
cares?
matter. It's all good. I don't know why it's Kearney.
Stephanie says you are exactly right. It's Kearney.
I would say Kearney. That's what I would say because it sounds very Irish. Let's drive up on Kearney.
Kim Brew is Kim Brew.
Kim
instead of
Brew
Kim Bro.
instead of Kim Bro.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
knew
another
that.
one. Kim Brew. I think it's Kim Brew.
I knew it was Kim Brew.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody says Kimbrew, but it should be Kimbro.
Who?
You think?
It should be Kimbro.
I'm gonna stay with
I
Kim Brew.
have no idea.
Too much going on. Just, where you going to?
We're gonna go Kearney,
Right.
Kearney and Kimbro. Let's go down to Kearney and Kimbro.
We'll have some crack.
Right.
We'll get some crack down at the Kearney.
We'll take a left and we'll go to Finnegan's Wake.
All right.
Oh Jesus!
That's crazy.
So,
So,
the Outland Ballroom, I guess.
dude, it's back.
I guess
they're fixing some shit.
what's
up.
his butt's gonna be involved now?
Kevin from
Kevin
from
Dunn.
the Rackus Group.
The Baracus Group.
I
so.
guess he's coming on as a managerial position. I guess that's what I'm reading.
I'd like to see what they got in store.
No
Yeah.
shit. So what I hear is they're renovating, and I drove by there the other day, and there was a dumpster full of old shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I also read that they're gonna keep the dive bar feel, which is good. I
Yeah.
think they should.
I think
because
so.
It's super cool. But obviously they needed some technical and some actual physical updating. So they did that. So hopefully it's gonna keep that same awesome feel while giving us more comfy seats to
Right.
sit in and shit like that. So I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Everybody in this town is freaking glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I just saw, like, I follow this. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass, but I follow this, like Springfield, like a historical. It's like
Yeah.
a historical,
Yeah.
history thing. And somebody was asking about the building that is now currently Car-Fi.
Next to cartoons. Or
Yeah.
the
And
land
so
that
like,
used to be.
oh, does anyone know any story about the building that Car-Fi is in now? So the dude found a picture of it, and Steak and Shake's not there. Nothing's there. It actually looks like it's on the outskirts of town, which in the 1950s it was.
Yeah.
In 1950s, Car-Fi, what is Car-Fi now, was like
The border, like city
way out of
limits.
town.
Oh,
way
gotcha.
out of town.
I gotcha.
So it was literally sat out there by itself. And the photos were from an event where the whole building caught on fire.
What was it?
It was a it was a
That's
place that did like air
ironic.
conditioning. Like it was an appliance place, and then they also advertised air conditioning, and it was that kind of a store.
Huh.
And the whole ass end is on fire, and that's what these old 1950s photos are. And I'm like,
Do you have that photo handy?
no, I don't.
Oh man.
But that might be some fucking cursed ground to be building shit on.
No shit.
Right.
No shit.
Oh gosh.
The building that Carfi is. Yeah. Yep. Right next to the land formerly known as Cartoons, formerly known as Crave. All that good stuff.
Sacred.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's still just leveled. It's available.
It's available. You can buy it for a mere
Let's go buy it.
$1 million. I don't even know how much.
And open up a bar called Cartoons.
We should. And
No, what were we
it
talking about? We were going to open a
Build it
bar
the same
called
way.
Funnies. Was it Funnies?
something like that.
We were thinking of being stupid. It was
and
Funnies.
calling
I
it-
thought it was the fun. What did we used to call them back in the day?
funnies.
Yeah, the Funnies.
When you get the paper, the
Yeah, the
newspaper,
funnies.
you
I
pull
want
out
the Funnies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so we got to
funnies. I
open a
want the
bar
funnies.
called the Funnies.
Yeah, that would be funny. We should do that.
If we had a few mil
We've
laying
got
around,
the door. We've got the Betty Boop door from the ladies' room.
we did.
Right.
We have that
do.
in our possession. The bench is out front from the ladies' room also, and we have 4 bar stools. So yeah. Mm-hmm. We don't know what's going to be. Well, Jules, we don't know what's going to be built on the old Cartoons until it's bought. So we have no idea. But
Yeah,
it's
there's
just
not been any announcement there.
nope,
But
nope. It's still for sale apparently.
I think it's gonna be empty for a while.
I'll bet
Probably.
so.
I'm guessing there might be a cute little price tag on it. So
well, I don't know if I'd want to build a commercial building right now.
no,
It's just me,
let's
especially
a bar. Let's just wait.
That shit's fucked up.
Let's see what the hell. Oh, they're supposed to vote on that like mandatory mask thing on Monday. City
I
Council.
think it's gonna happen.
I think it's going to happen too.
That's gonna suck.
Yeah.
I got claustrophobic and
Do you?
yeah, something on my shit like that I ain't with.
So you could get a bandana. I think
At
a bandana would feel better, right?
No,
Maybe.
I can't have nothing like
Oh, really?
yeah, on my shit like that.
See, it already passed. No, honey, I think they're voting on it Monday, is what I heard.
Well, I'm rebelling.
You gonna
Maybe
rebel?
Maybe it did. I
Fuck
don't know.
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard it was Monday, but I don't know.
So what they gonna do? Take everybody to jail if you don't got a mask?
That's the thing I'm wondering
Or
about.
fined
or
$100,
fined,
she
$100 fine for not wearing a
don't
freaking
know.
mask when you go to come and go.
I did see some videos of someone getting thrown in jail because of it
Thrown
I'm-
in jail.
down in Florida, but it was like a federal building, and they fucking
So
were
you think
cuffing
it's
her.
gonna pass though?
I think it will pass because everybody's freaking out still.
Oh,
So
God.
I think it
Freaking
will.
out about. Oh.
I thought Tiffany posted a number today.
I'm
Tiffany
all right.
Samples. She posted a number that you could call city council and offer your opinion. And I wish I had that number. I could find that number. But she posted a number that you can actually, I'll just automatically just post your opinion.
Stephanie says they're mandatory down there. That's that video I saw was down in Florida. I don't know what part.
In
I don't know.
Dallas, they're mandatory.
Yeah.
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 And I think it's larger cities, of course, are doing that. And Springfield's the 3rd largest city in Missouri. And just because I don't even know if I want to go there. I was going to say just because the cases go up doesn't mean that the deaths are going up. So it's kind of a tough subject, you know.
I'm gonna stay out of it.
I know.
That's
I know.
how I am.
It's rough.
Y'all
But-
seen my opinion.
I saw
Uh-huh.
that. I saw that,
Uh-huh.
and I'm kind of with you on that.
I
Mhm.
think I took a couple of them down.
Yeah.
Just in
It
case.
was starting to get out of hand.
It's
and,
like yeah.
you know, I don't
yeah.
want to argue with you or
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
Facebook gangster shit.
It's
and all
I know.
that.
It's amazing how worked up everyone gets, and
They do, man. Turn into doctors, and
they know it all.
I'm like, damn.
Yep.
Where'd you get your degree?
No shit. Wow, that was a quick college. No
Right.
kidding. Wow. Facebook school. That's like Dan's research rant he went on a week or two ago.
Oh my God, you've done some research.
I did my research. Yeah, no, you didn't.
I've done research.
Yeah, my Facebook meme research.
Yeah, you read
My
one
Twitter
article. Shut up.
research.
But you know, it's funny. Like you'll post something, and it's always one asshole that wants to correct you.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that number right
There
there.
it is.
Thank you, Jared.
Jared's on it.
Yeah,
He
I know,
is.
dude.
Of course, he's scripted.
He's like,
He's on it.
he's scripted as fuck.
His show is scripted. But
No,
that's
he like
it.
produces our show from his living
He
room.
totally does. Thank you. Thank you for helping.
Jared is
Cyberly.
on it.
But that's the number you can call, and then just it's automated. You don't have to talk to anybody, and you can just offer your opinion. Yes for masks or no for mask. It tells you what to do. So I'll leave it up there for a second. But and I don't want to tell you to vote one way or the other. It's up to you. I don't give a shit. It's up to you. That's what Voting's all
I'm
about.
staying out of it.
Just
I'll-
just don't be that guy that thinks it's all bullshit. Just don't be that guy. Because, boy, I tell you what.
What are you getting all creepy on me now?
Why don't you get up in them woods and take them panties off?
Do some Christian.
Have some Christian sex.
What the hell that is? Oh, Krista, Richie's been here for like an hour, man. You're late to the
Meadows.
game.
Meadows.
Hi, sweetheart. Good to see you.
Oh, boy.
She's another one that could sing her ass
Oh,
off.
she is
She
awesome.
can.
For her original music, man.
Yeah, she's
I
another one.
love her covers and all that, but wow, all of her original shit is great. I love her shit.
One of my favorite shows ever was, and a lot of people don't know this because somehow it snuck under the radar, but we had Krista Meadows right here in our studio, a proper hire. It was a proper
hire.
show.
We hired her to play.
And it was New Year's Eve.
It was 2018, right?
And she came in
18,
here and
19.
did a whole entire show
Right
for
here?
us.
On piano.
Yeah, it was
we
right
had the
here. We
piano
had
right here.
moved the piano over and we lit her up, and we'd only had a handful of people here, and it was one of the best New Year's Eves I've ever
Mhm.
had.
It was
Like
so
unplugged.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was just
her,
unplugged
and there
and-
was only like 4 or 5 of us here watching.
Yeah,
It was
but
awesome.
like we paid her.
We
it was
paid
like
her?
a real show.
Mhm. She
And
dressed up beautifully.
it was-
Manages
super
you.
fun.
Oh, you do? Q Inateca? Krista manages Q Inateca right now.
Yeah, she was asking Chris to do her show there tonight,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that's ever hooked
don't
up
know.
yet. Let us know if it has.
Speaking of Chris Palmer is who we're talking about. She talks mad shit at 10 o'clock on her Facebook page after we get done. Like, not because after we get done, but that's when she goes on. It's like 10 o'clock.
That's another one that sang her ass
Oh,
off. We
Chris
got a lot of
Palmer.
chicks
Oh, yeah.
that
Sings her
sing their
freaking
asses
ass off. There's a lot of
We got
that.
some people. You can drum your ass
You
off.
can drum your
Mhm.
ass off. Man.
Haven't heard you sing yet, but
No
I'm
kidding.
no good at the drums for real.
You're no good. Ah. Boo.
Let my haters tell it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
oh my god, I'd love to have some conversations with your haters.
Yeah,
Me
no
too.
kidding. I'd
Oh,
like
that'd
to
be
creep on
great.
your haters before they knew I loved you. You know what I
Oh.
mean? I'd like
But
to be
that
like,
would be the shit because just be a man and tell me why you hate me.
I
ain't gonna
can't
get
I
mad.
can't
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
anyone hating you. That's
No,
why.
I got a whole bunch of secret haters.
But is it jealousy? Is it-
Probably.
Yeah.
And they be in my face saying, hi, you're this, you're that. But
Right.
they don't know that motherfuckers is telling on
You're
them, and
seeing
yeah,
all this
I
shit.
hear
Oh,
I
Is
hear
it your personality they hate or your drumming?
Maybe I don't know.
You don't
It's
know?
Me, period.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't care.
Right.
I don't
Right.
care.
Which is the best place to be.
Yeah, I don't care.
Haters just means more press, man. Your name's still getting out
Yeah,
there.
I love it. Man.
Oh man, I will make it public right now. You better keep your Richie hate fucking
Away from
stealthy.
us.
You better keep it stealthy, because if I even catch a hair of it, you talking about blasting, oh boy, I'll have a good time with
You'll have
that.
a
It'll
good
be
time
great.
with that one, too.
I will. No, yeah, I'll find out all your insecurities. I'll find out about that fucking birthmark you got that you never showed anybody. I will.
Everything.
I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll dig
Yep.
in. I'll get it.
Your wide waist.
Your
and
fucking two
wide
toes that
hips.
are actually webbed together. I will find out. I will find out what your insecurities are, and I will have a great time
Hey,
destroying.
believe him.
You will. And we have
Oh,
the
yeah.
platform to do it.
I'll be
so.
interviewing cousins from 1978. I swear to God.
Oh, Krista, honey buns. She says she bets she has more haters
You know
than
what,
you.
Krista? We need to show up over here and let them interview us so we can tell them all about our haters.
Yes, we
'Cause
do.
I will call them out.
It would be fun. It would be fun to
I
call
might
them
lose
out.
A couple of friends over
Oh,
that,
we-
but
yeah.
I'm gonna call you out.
We know Chris has got haters.
Yep.
For
We have
sure.
haters.
We,
Shit.
Yeah, y'all. got
dude,
haters.
that's the theme of our song.
No,
That's the
it
theme
is.
of our show.
Yeah, it should be like Unsung Dreamers. We got haters.
we got haters.
Fuck the musical journeys of the not so rich and famous. No, Unsung Dreamers. We got haters. Fuck.
You and I might have the best list. That's what we need to do is compare the lists.
Compare the list.
Compared to Liz.
Oh,
Yeah.
cross-reference our haters.
Yeah. I wonder if there's people who hate all three of us.
I bet you it is.
yeah,
If
but
we
they're the
put it-
same.
We put all our lists together.
Mm.
I
How
bet
many
there's more
comments
than
would we
10
have?
on there that
I
hate
bet.
all of us.
I bet.
Yes.
There's 10, you say? You
Yeah.
think? I bet.
I bet there's 10 that hate all
Oh,
of
that's
us.
a beautiful thing. Hi, Amy Oberbeck. I didn't mean to ignore you earlier. Amy O from Just One More
Oh, that
and
is
from
Amy.
Shakers. She's on there, and she was on earlier and saying some stuff, and I missed you, honey. So yeah, we should pool our haters. Yeah, it would be fucking great. Oh my god, it's the Haters Show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Right. Had the bubbles going.
Oh shit, we need a bubble machine.
Get the bubbles going.
No smoke machine.
We got to
Bubble.
turn it into a
bubble.
game show.
Totally, totally.
How
So-
This question goes to Richie,
So it's like-
Krista, or Tara. Here is a quote.
This person said,
This
No.
person
No.
said,
We have to add Palmer.
"Oh,
yeah,
shit,
a four contestant
nice
TV
even
show.
four
A
person.
nice even four.
Oh hell, fucking
And then
hater show.
Do quotes and see if we can guess who
Oh
it
my God.
pertains to.
You hearing this?
Yeah, you hearing this, Chris? We got to do this shit. This is a completely
Hollywood haters.
Yes. Fucking. Welcome to the Springfield Haters Club.
Which hating phrase did this apply to?
Yeah. Which one of these
I'm never
artists-
playing in a band with another bitch.
Get the music going.
And you guys can put in your answers. Can put in your answers. Well, my answer
You
is
reveal who it was.
my answer is,
Right.
oh my God. I'm
That'd
in.
be fun.
I'm 100% in because you know what's really super funny? And I'm saying this on a public forum, which we know gets out there to our haters. You fuckers watch this, and I know you do. I know you do. There's a reason it goes from 150 watches to 350 within 5 days. There's a reason
Less
for that.
than that. Less
Love
than
you
that.
all. You guys should watch and be educated and get some ammunition because we want you to fire back. But we know your fuckers are watching.
They just watch later. Because all right. Thanks for doing this. We're glad to have you back here on Who's Our Haters. All right.
Who's our haters?
Next question goes to Palmer. All right. Palmer, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. So ready.
Right.
Oh my God.
I'm ready.
She's going on at 10 o'clock and it's going to be bad. I love you, Chris.
You can hear her though. I'm ready.
So, oh my God. Okay.
That's got to be
Right.
about Tara.
Okay. That's
That
totally
one
Tara and Britt said it.
We are on to something.
We
I'm
are on
telling
to
you that
something
right
here.
now.
The Hater Show. Unsung Dreamers. Know your haters. Holy shit.
Jared says sound too scripted.
Ah,
Oh gosh.
Chris is always ready,
I'm
she
always
says.
ready.
I know, it's beautiful. I'll take another one of them seltzers if you want to grab me one.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What do you think?
If you're out, take one too yourself.
I'm gonna drink one. I'm gonna head up the street, give me something to eat.
Right,
I
right.
just woke up, man.
Got you. I just
Went
woke
to
up.
early bird today.
Oh yeah. Have you ever been there before?
Fuck no, I was fucked up by 9 o'clock this morning, babe. Who does that?
We do. We do.
You got started early? So
My
you
cousin-
originally
He went to
woke
early
up
bird.
normal.
My
He went to the
cousin
early bird.
Woke me up at 8 o'clock. I was at early bird at 8:30 this morning. 9:15, we took a shot of Crown.
Oh, nice.
Who does that?
Nice work. I've done it.
I wasn't ready for that.
Done that.
I also came home crashed. Yes.
Been there. Done
So
that.
I went back to sleep.
That was awesome. Yes.
I got you now. Now I got it figured out.
Krista says, guess the hater.
Guess that hater. Here's our options.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Guess That Hater. Hey. And then you can get that music that they used for that, whatever that game show was. I love that, the match game. That weird little 70s shit. All right, put in your answers. All right. Well, I'm guessing it's so-and-so.
We got to have a wheel too. We got to
Write
have
it
like
down.
Yeah, have a
a.
little
All right.
right.
Oh, my God.
Here's a quote for Palmer.
Who said this?
Right.
Who said this?
Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
I got so many thoughts in my head right now. I could go back 15 years in this
Careful.
town.
Careful.
I know. There are some haters that used to hate and now they love. Ooh, that's a whole new category.
That's a whole new category on the board.
Haters
that
who
used to
hate no more.
and now they love.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna keep them as haters though. I like them better as haters.
Oh, so
'Cause when they
screenshots.
come out
We,
and watch me play,
yeah.
and I know they hate me.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me play better because I even want you to hate me.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God, yes. If there's a hater in the crowd that we know is a hater, you damn right we're
I'm
putting
gonna
our.
make you hate me more.
We're doing an A+ game.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Quote this
Stick.
hater. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Jared said, a music podcast with games. Sounds original. Go fuck yourself,
you
Jared.
dickhole. You dickhole.
This is a better game.
We love you. We're just playing. We
He
love
knows.
Jared.
He knows.
Family Feud. Oh, hi, Shane Jennings. I didn't see you pop in here.
Where's Jennings at?
He's
He's
DT
up
and
there.
Richie. Hi, gang. There's Rich. I can't even talk. Love me some haters. Motivate for real. Yeah.
Shane
totally.
Jennings, there's a chance, a very slim chance, but there's a chance we might be in Crane this weekend.
There's a chance.
And I bet you know why.
Think about it. Think about it. And why we might not be on Jared's podcast, because there's a whole thing going on that we
Dirty
haven't-
South.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a thing we've been planning for about a month. And we just haven't fucking decided, because this one likes to Fritzomania everything and just go, let's go now, instead of planning ahead.
That's planning.
I love planning.
In case anyone hasn't noticed, this is a Johnny Q Public shirt.
Oh, look at that.
It is.
Oh, were you on MTV or something?
No, I don't care about MTV, but I don't wear this shirt publicly anymore because I'm just scared to death of it. But we printed this shirt like fucking 20 something years ago.
Yeah, it's you're an American band.
It just says
Done
Johnny
deal.
Q Public, and then at the bottom it says we're an American band. Done deal. I would never wear it out public.
Why wouldn't
Fuck
you
that.
wear that out public?
Well, hell, I don't know. Hell, I don't know. You don't know anymore.
in these
Just makes you
times,
I just gotta walk out like
I don't know. I'm just gonna wear gray. I'm just gonna put gray on. No, that's a bad color. Oh, that's a really bad color.
Do you believe in this? Yes. Keep walking. How about this? Yes. Love it.
Sorry,
That's a contradiction. I know. Anyway,
sorry, Jared. There's a thing we've been talking about with some friends. Yeah, Shane, you're right. You're right. That's what we've been talking about.
possibly we're
A month,
we're-
but we haven't decided yet.
Actually-
And so I'm just kind of leaving Jared hanging. How rude of me. It's Thursday. He likes to plan.
Crane rolls the sidewalks up by 5 on Sundays, so you're good. Rolls the sidewalks up. Brrr. Hey, you got a sidewalk
Here you
until
go.
5.
Brrr. Yeah, and then pile it up. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Okay. What? Float trip. Kind of. Some kind of floating.
So I think we should think of wrapping up soon.
Really?
Well, I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
Crane is boondocks big time. Yeah.
Totes. Yeah, 5 minutes from your house. That's like you could walk home if you had to.
Well, maybe we'll see you there and your
Maybe.
man boobs. No, listen,
It was Johnny Cross that talked about man
Johnny
boobs.
Cross wanted me to talk about man boobs, and for some reason I saw Jane Shenning's name, and I was just like, "Well, there, I'll throw my man boobs at him." Jane Shenning's, it's awesome.
I've visited the Crane Walk of Shame, Krista, but not necessarily the Walk of Fame. No, I'm kidding. I just made that up.
Crane has a walk of fame.
Apparently, Tara had one there.
I totally made that up.
Was that you and Dusty Rivas that night? No, that was a joke. Jesus Christ!
And I think it's Revis, not
Revis, Kearney, Carney.
Kearney,
I don't care.
Glenstone,
Shane, you do not
Glenstone.
have man boobs at all. I was just making a joke about somebody who wanted me to talk about man boobs tonight. So I thought that might get a rise out of you.
And it did. Bam.
No, I'm just kidding.
podcast is totally off the rails.
It is.
And I
we
love
are
it.
off the
I just
rails.
came in
But I
and
love it.
threw y'all all over.
I
the
know,
side.
I
I just
know.
wanted to have a beer, man, and but I love it. It's off the rails. It's good. This is what they love. Yep, there goes Jules calling you Sam Kinison again.
Dan Kinnison. I'm just Dan Kinnison.
Dan Kinison. Dan Sam. Dan Sam Kinison.
The crane walk of
Same
shame
thing.
leads straight to Shane's house. That's
Oh.
a fucking song right there.
The crane walker shame.
Put a
leads-
pin in that.
What? I'm gonna wait. I need this mouse. Damn mouse is way over there.
Crane walk of shame leads
I
to
can't find my mouse.
straight to Shane's.
Right there.
Straight to Shane's.
Look at that. Pam.
I'm
Right
working
there.
on it. The crane walk of shame leads straight to
You're writing a
Shane's.
song as we speak.
Yeah,
Thing. I didn't mean to hit thing. That's weird.
it's pretty elementary.
All right. Get off of there, motherfucker. There we go. The crane walk of shame leads straight to Shane.
Shane says, I wanted you to touch them, and that is so not true because I tried to molest you one night and you didn't let me. You didn't let me. You acted like a little bitch about it, Shane.
He tried to have Christian sex with you. Shane wasn't with it.
He wasn't with the
it,
Christian sex. No,
God.
he's not down with the
He
Christians.
wasn't with it at all.
No, they're way ahead of him. They're way advanced.
So I'm hoping Deb Shelton is still watching because one of the comments she said earlier this week was her day today, she said it, her day today, she just needed a release from stress. So
Right.
I hope we've provided that for you, honey buns. I don't know if she's still watching or not, but she was like, my day today, I just want some stress relief. Because you were asking for topics, and that's all
Yes.
she asked for in that comment.
Try to get you laughing.
Yep. Oh, Shane says hashtag me too.
No, dude, I put it on him. I laid it on him big time.
Did you? Yeah.
My joke went so far that I actually started feeling a little weird.
Like,
Like,
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think we just bumped helmets. Like I probably shouldn't have taken it this far. And he was just like, bro,
like,
this
whoa.
needs to stop.
the fuck away from me. No.
You say, Dad, we just bumped helmets.
Oh my God. And so your 11-year-old is now here.
Oh,
Hi, Bono.
he does. He loves my humor.
Yeah, I know. Bono gets it.
Bono Fritz in the house. How's it going, man?
Oh my God.
Crazy.
He felt me up. Shane says he felt me up.
I did. I felt him up big time.
Helmets. That's when that got weird. Then.
That's when it got weird. Like, were your helmets out?
No, I got no, we didn't bump him literally, but I think I got on his lap facing him
Oh my
like
God.
stripper style. And then I kind of came in with the snugglies in the head and he was just like, what?
Fingered his belly button.
I might have fingered his belly
I
button.
might have.
I don't.
Might have.
I don't actually put it past me. And he was like, whoa, hey, man. Hey, you know, Shane, just,
Right.
hey.
I gotta go play.
All right,
dude.
Dan
You know,
had his hat on. I just don't know, man. All right, I'm gonna.
It got real
All right, I gotta go
weird.
play some Barracuda. All right, man. Okay,
Barracuda.
just leave me alone, man, so I can play some Barracuda.
Is that your impression?
Yeah, I'm working on my Shane Jennings. Hey, man. Hey,
Hey.
yeah, how you guys doing? No, it's good. I gotta play some Barracuda. Anyway.
Barracuda. Did it awaken?
It might have wakened the feelings inside me, Josh Poole.
How funny. Oh my God, this is so great. Ah!
So I did
Holy
promise as we're going to maybe
Oh.
attempt. I did promise that I would follow up this week with my Ashley Judd story. Do we still want to do the Ashley Judd
Joshua
story?
was the one asking, so
There was a couple people actually asking about the Ashley Judd story that I
you
did
mentioned.
not say last week.
right.
But if you want to say it now, then we could say it now.
Yes, Stephanie says yes.
Yes, we have a yes. Time on the Ashley Judd story. I'm going to give that one yes and two yes and Ashley Judd. Tell it right there, Father Julia Cobb. All right, we got a yes. Tell it right there. It's right over here, Julia. I'm dying. All right, Jessica Jones. All right.
All right. Sold. We're gonna do the Ashley Judd story. This is a good story.
I promise you. I promise. Everybody thinks that I like over exaggerate everything. I promise everything I'm about to tell you is totally
What's
true.
the dollar value of this story?
I think this is a $15 story.
Really?
Yes.
I kind of think it's a 20.
It's up there. The only thing that makes it 15 instead of 20 is it's kind of in some ways actually not my story. It's like not. I was
Right,
there.
I
I
got you.
experienced it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily
Okay,
my
all right. And there's
story.
$100 story, Jules says. All right, we'll take
$100.
$100. Venmo, pen
In
pal.
some ways, it is
Cash
a
App,
$100 story.
Patreon.
There's no doubt about it. All right, so I've got to start off the story. $21.99. $21.99 from Bono Fritz right over there. $21.99. He's
Did
going to
you
text me
see-
tomorrow like, Dad, can I borrow $21.99?
Like I need that.
Yeah.
There's
Like, Dad,
no-
I need $21.99.
There's no Winona. No, this is an Ashley Judd story.
No, this is Ashley. This is specifically Ashley Judd. Did I say Winona earlier?
No,
No, this is Ashley.
$22. $50. Okay, we'll take 50. You just reduced it, Jules.
Little Bono at 23.
I know. I love it. 50.
Yeah.
23. All right. So
Bono's going to work it up and then ask me for money tomorrow. Welcome to Dan's Secondhand Stories. Oh my, you are such an asshole. Why am I friends with you, Jared?
all right, kids, sit back, relax. We're going to close out the podcast with Dan's Ashley Judd story.
Okay, listen. The story, you have to get some background. The guy that it involves is maybe by far, arguably, definitely in my life, the most shy person ever in the world. And let me give you some examples. Okay. This is the guy, and you guys all know him. And I'll tell you who he is here in a minute.
Yeah, there's no shame in this.
I'll tell you who
It's a
he
great
is.
story.
He's going to be fine with me telling this story. And so his beautiful wife and beautiful family, because he's doing really, really great now. And it's just, this story is actually just fun now. Right. So this is the shyest dude you'll ever meet, like ever in your life. Let me give you some examples. He went to college for 5 years. 5 years out of high school. He was majoring, I think, in literature, something kind of heavy. You know, it wasn't one of those like easy greasy shits. It was like it was kind of like intense. So he's on his last semester of his 5th year of college, and one of the required courses that he has to have is public speaking. And so the first day of his last semester in 5 years of college was to go to this public speaking class. On the first day, the teacher just says to everyone, before we get started in this class, let's just all go around the room and stand up and just say your name, say a couple things about you to introduce yourself to everybody else in the classroom. And, let's get started. He gathered his pens and pencils and his notebook, and he walked out and never went back to that college. Never went back.
Did you mention his name already?
Nope. Didn't get the degree. Did not get the degree. 4.5 years of going to that school, pursuing this literature degree, walked out because he could not stand up and just say his name and just a couple of things about himself. So he walked out. You want another? You want another about how
An anecdote?
shy this guy is?
Yes.
I'll give you another. Now, these are coming right out of his mouth, not mine. I'm not making this shit up. This is what he says. So he's an avid golfer. Actually, amazing. He's an amazing golfer. And he always, usually spends some tee time up there at the old driving range.
And he's a great golfer.
He's an amazing golfer.
Yeah.
So one day he goes up there and some radio station's got some shit set up in like a tent and somebody's cooking hot dogs and they got like coolers full of sodas and maybe beers. I don't know. And all this stuff. They're having a contest on whoever can get a hole in one at the driving range. You win $1 million if you can get a hole in one. And the way that they do it is you have to go to this little stand over here and sign up and register to be a part of this contest that the radio station is having for people that can, shoot off. And there's a green out there that is like obvious. This is the KMOX or whatever it was. Fucking, you get a hole in one in here, you get $1 million. Well, he didn't want to go talk to the person that was selling those balls, and he didn't want to have to register. He didn't want to talk to anyone. He just wanted to go hit some balls on his own. And he doesn't like social.
Sounds so dirty.
Huh? He doesn't like
Sounds so
he doesn't like being social with anyone. So like to walk up to someone and be like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" Like, "Fine." Like, "Oh, you want to fill out the form?" "Yeah, sure. Where is it?" Like, "Oh, should I put my address here?" He hates that shit.
So he's probably loving COVID right now.
Oh, this is probably
He's digging it. He's like, I'm good.
Loving it.
I'm good.
So no, he doesn't go do the contest. It was only like $5 to join. I don't know what it was. He just goes to the regular old driving range. They all knew him. So I'll just get a basket of balls over here. But just to be kind of like a little spiteful, while he was doing the driving range, he's actually shooting for that hole. Because why not? I mean, all you got to do is hit the ball, and there's this obvious green down there that this is the hole you get $1 million. But the people who bought the balls that were part of the contest, they were like yellow balls. And the balls that were part of the regular driving range were white balls.
Okay.
But he didn't want to talk to anybody and fill out any forms and have anyone be like, "Oh my God, good luck." He hates that shit. So he just got a bucket of white balls. Tees up on his little section over there, hits a couple balls, and one of his balls drops right in the fucking hole. That wins $1 million if you would just talk to the lady and sign the form. No. So they shut it all down. They shut all the driving ranges down. Stop. We have a winner. We have a winner. And the official guy goes walking out on the deal, and he pulls out a white ball.
Who?
And it was not a yellow ball, because he just didn't have it in him to Jimmy James says fam.
Jimmy James says fam.
Didn't have it in him to go.
You awake?
To go talk to the lady. And so he just raised his club. That was mine. But he didn't win the money.
Oh. And it was a hole in one.
It was a hole in one.
Oh my God.
It was at the driving range.
Who was this?
Bounce.
We're getting there.
I might have one more. You all are going to know who it is.
Oh, this is funny.
Well, you're going to kind of know who
Ooh,
it
the
is.
suspense.
I'm trying to think Yeah.
Suspense.
I'm trying to think of another thing that proves how shy he is. But I don't guess I need to.
I think you're good.
I think I'm good.
Yep.
This is like you could almost like medically diagnose him with shyness, right?
Sorry, sir. You are diagnosed with shyness.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's very shy.
My prescription to you is go get some friends. So anyway, no, this dude was literally that shy. So fast forward. He was in Johnny Q Public. He currently plays with Machine Gun Symphony. He is the guitar player that a lot of you don't know because he doesn't talk to you. He's not really into that. No, I mean, that's kind of being funny. But anyway, Brad Barnard is the man I'm talking about. And
So he really did that for real?
Huh?
Yeah.
He really hit the ball in the
Yeah.
field?
Yeah. For a $1 million contest.
But he didn't win because he didn't
sign up.
Ball.
He didn't want to talk to the lady and sign up. He just wanted to hit his own
But that's
balls.
Brad.
But he was shooting for the hole.
Yeah, just for fun.
Sure.
And actually got it.
No $1 million for Brad.
And he also quit school after 5 years.
Because he couldn't.
Because he couldn't stand up and just say his name and tell everyone a couple
But he's in
things
one of
about
the most
himself.
successful cover bands in town. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it is. I forget his. What's his stage name? He's not Snake Eyes. Bosco Thunder. It's Bosco Thunder from Machine Gun Symphony. All right, so. We all had stage names.
I don't know if Jay has a stage name.
I was Chef Christ.
You were Chef
I don't know who
Christ.
Jay. I don't know if Jay's
Chico
gotten one
Lightning
yet or
was
not.
Oren. Dixon Balls is the drummer.
Yeah, Dixon Balls is the drummer. He's absolutely the sweetest of dudes ever. He's an amazing,
Brad was
awesome,
an original
wonderful,
member of Violet.
Inspiring dude. He also played with Violet. He was in Johnny Q Public. He plays with Machine Gun Symphony. He's a wonderful, wonderful man, and he's super, super happily married to like the most perfect
And they
fit
have a
wife
beautiful
ever
child.
in the entire world. So this story kind of, it's his story, or it's him and I's story, but I don't think he'd care for me to tell it. So anyway,
No, it's a good story.
Johnny Q Public
Scoot
goes
over here,
into
get
the
in
studio.
camera. There you go.
I'm in the camera.
You're fine. You're fine. He
You're
just
fine.
needs to move over.
So Johnny Q Public goes into the studio to record our second record. And Brad was actually not in our band for very long before we started recording that second record. So in some ways, we were actually still kind of getting to know him, right? So we're kind of getting to know him. The caveman is Jay's stage name. So anyway, and so we had been together and played together for several months, of course. But
It's funny.
what was kind of
I get it.
interesting, is while we were in a band together, Brad was just not dating. I'll bet we were playing together for over a year and there was never a date, never a girlfriend, never even an attempt. But we knew that he was super shy. So he wasn't the guy that was going to like just walk up to some bitch and be like, hey, bitch.
Some bitch.
So it actually went so long. It actually went so long for him to not have ever had hardly any contact with a female whatsoever, that when we were in the studio recording, there was this room in the studio that had like a TV set up so that we could play video games. It was more like a hangout room. And then right off of that room was like a kitchen. A lot of studios have this shit. They have like a kitchen. They have like a hangout room. Some of them have pool tables or ping pong, blah, blah, blah shit, while you're taking breaks while somebody else is recording parts, blah, 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 right? So we're hanging out in this room and it's getting late. We had already recorded all day. And so we're looking at 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're all just kind of bullshitting around. A couple guys are into video games. A couple of us aren't. And the guys that were not into video games started giving Brad shit. So we're like, all right, dude, out of nowhere, he's trying to play a game. He's just minding his own business. He's not talking to anybody. He's not hurting anybody. He ain't arguing with nobody. He's not even saying a word. And we're just like, Brad, what is your deal, man? And he's like, what? Because we just all of a sudden we got hung up on it. You know how like when you're in a band, you just get hung up on somebody else that's in the band. Like, why do you keep wearing that fucking red bracelet? I'm so sick of that goddamn red bracelet. Why do you wear that stupid thing? You know how, band members, you just kind of get like, yeah, I'm so sick of his dumb white shoes or whatever it is. This is the kind of shit that happens when you're in a band, right? I mean, you guys can kind of like, relate to that to an extent.
Yeah.
Well, we were starting to get obsessed with why Brad would not get a girlfriend. He would not ask a girl out. He would not talk to a girl. He wouldn't call a girl. He wouldn't do nothing. So we're like, dude, what is going on with you, man? Something's up. He's like, oh, I don't know. I just haven't met the right one. Blah, 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 blah. It's like 1 a.m. on, let's say, a Thursday night, because it actually doesn't matter. Now, while we were recording this record, I was getting up every single morning on the pin. It was like a challenge of my own. I'm going to get up every single morning at like 6 a.m. and I'm going to go to the park and I'm going to like take a jog. I'm going to run a mile or two, 2-3 miles. And then I'm going to come home and shower up and then we're going to get ready to work that day. I just made this weird commitment. Like I'm going to do it every day, literally Monday, all week, Sunday through Sunday, whatever. So that was kind of like my gig. We weren't really drinking. I don't think we weren't even drinking or anything like that.
No, I don't think so.
We were all still sober as boards. So that's really what usually kind of caused us to kind of give each other shit, just like I'm sober. And so I want to like, kind of like, just give somebody shit because, it kind of compensates for not being drunk, I guess. But anyway, I don't know. Explain it however you want to explain it. So we're like, Brad,
right.
What is the deal, man? Why are you not with a girl? And what is going on? So we start having this big, deep conversation. So then as that conversation develops, me and Sean finally turn it into, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be, okay, wait. I gotta stop. We were recording at a fucking badass studio in Franklin, Tennessee. It was called the Bennett House. And the Bennett House is actually an old school, like 150, 200-year-old house, some shit like this, Civil War type era, blah, blah, blah. The whole town is that way. And so they had a front room, which is where we were, that also had a control room that was still kind of part of the old house. But somebody at some point had bought the place and added another studio on the back, which was all built totally modern, and it was like amazing state of the art. So they did have a Studio A and a Studio B. Studio A was kind of in the front. It was part of the old house, spiral staircase, all this kind of cool shit. The vibe of it was neat because it's like the echoing and the big tall ceilings, and it felt good for rock and roll music. But in the back of this studio, they had one of these like state of the art motherfuckers that everybody in town would like, you know, if you were anything, anybody, you kind of worked with this dude in the back. I wish I could remember his name, but I can't right now. Okay. So we're in this house and we're hanging out in that little sort of sub room. And we're like, all right, Brad, can you at least, for the love of God, could you at least tell us that if you could, we know you're too shy to talk to girls and we know, you know, you struggle with it and everything else. If you could tell us the absolutely most perfect, like if nothing mattered, your absolute dream, Ashley Judd. He just interrupts us. Ashley Judd. He didn't even let us finish the question.
Ashley Judd.
He's just like Ashley Judd.
Yep.
Like, what? I haven't finished my question. I know what you're getting ready to ask. Who would be my ultimate woman? Blah, 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 blah. Ashley Judd. Done deal. Ashley Judd.
And there were criteria.
But we had never talked to him about this.
She's a Kentucky fan.
We had never talked to him about this. We had no idea about her being a Kentucky fan. And he's from Kentucky. We had no idea. He had never talked to us about girls at all. So we didn't know if he liked the big boobed bimbos like Pamela Anderson, or if he was more kind of like a Kate Moss girl. We had no idea what his type was. None. He never talked. He didn't even talk to us. We were on the road with him for like a year. He never fucking said 6 words to any of us in the actual band. Might be exaggerating, but it was kind of like that. So out of nowhere, we're like, who would be... What?
You could need a beer?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Who would be your ultimate Ashley Judd?
Ashley Judd. Done.
Ashley Judd. I'm like, Ashley Judd. Ashley Judd? This is the Ashley Judd, really? Like that's your okay.
Ashley Judd, she's a pretty girl, but
nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. But
he actually spoke up and interrupted
he had never talked to us about any girl he thought was interesting or fucking, he had nothing. He just was like, all of a sudden out of nowhere, we pressured him because we had enough. We'd been with him a year. We don't even know what his type is. He's never talked to any girl. He's too shy. He's too embarrassed. He's too everything else. What would be your most ultimate female? Ashley Judd. I mean, he was serious as a heart attack. He was like, Ashley Judd. I was like, huh. All right.
Cool.
All right.
Now what? Because
Bono just said big boobs. Tara. That's my son.
That's
anyway,
my stepson.
Yeah, everybody was like, oh, careful, Bono's here. It's like, no, he don't give a shit. He's good. So anyway, that's how it left. So we kind of look around. Oh, haha. Well, I never knew you were into Ashley Judd. Like Ashley Judd, we never talked about it before. He's like, oh yeah, man, she's my fucking, oh my God, that's my dream. All right. Ultimately, long story short, it's already a long story. We all go to bed. But I had this commitment that I get up every single morning at 6 a.m. and I go to the park and I run 2-3 miles and I come back to the studio every morning. I was doing it every morning. Like that was like my personal challenge. So I go out and I get in the band van. There was a park just a couple miles down the road. And I hit the park. None of the guys ever slept. They always slept in late. I was the guy that was always waking up early. So I got over there. I run a little bit, whatever. I come driving back to the studio at fucking 7 in the morning. 7 in the morning. Okay. I'm back at 7 in the morning. I pull into the driveway I just left from an hour ago, and there is a big fucking black SUV in the driveway. It wasn't there before. I just left at 6 in the morning. At 7 a.m., there's this big black SUV sitting in the driveway. So I'm like, well, I don't know, the studio A or B, whichever one they were, they were doing work too. So I didn't know, maybe somebody was scheduled at 7 a.m. Okay. No, it doesn't matter. So I go walking in, there's a kitchen actually that both studios share, right? We're talking full stove, full fridge, full pantry full of food. There's bowls of fruit. There's cereal in the cabinets. All that came with the studio, right? And both studio A and studio B had access to that kitchen. I swear to God, this is true. I parked the van. I'm just getting done from a job. Everybody in my band is so dead asleep. We're not even going to start recording until like noon at best. So they're just crashed out. And Brad and I were sharing a room. There was 2 beds in one room, and Brad and I were sharing a room. I walk in the goddamn studio. I walk fucking 20 feet to this kitchen that I'm talking about.
In Franklin, Tennessee.
In Franklin, Tennessee. I turn into the kitchen to get me some water, and fucking Ashley Judd is standing in the kitchen.
In the kitchen!
And I'm like, hey, are you going to be here a minute? She's like, well, yeah. I mean, she's just like, what the fuck? Like,
Didn't she explain what she was doing?
well, she was taking voice lessons from the guy who was working in Studio A. She was taking voice lessons. So because she had a movie coming. I talked to her for just a second. I was like, what the hell are you doing
What
here?
are you doing at this studio?
Yeah. And she's like, well, I'm just taking voice lessons over here. It starts at like whatever, 8 a.m. or something. I'm like, well, what? She's like, I'm doing a movie right now that requires me to sing. And so I'm supposed to come over here and take voice lessons a couple times a week with blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, could you please,
True story.
could you
True
please just stand here for just a couple of minutes? Please, just trust me, please. She's like, well, yeah, I mean, you're being intense, dude. Whatever, creepy guy. I'm like, okay, I'll be right back. So I go tearing down the hallway, up the spiral staircase, and I go bolting into my room, and I start shaking Brad side to side. I was like, Brad. Ashley Judd is in the kitchen. And he's like, fuck you. Like, he might not have said that, but he was just like, no, she's not. Like, because everybody knows I'm a jokester. I'm like the boy who cries wolf, right? Like, I always got to do this obnoxious shit. And so then when something really, really happens, they don't believe me. I'm like, Brad, she is in the kitchen. I swear to God, Ashley Judd is in the kitchen. He's like, dude, don't fuck with me. I'm not. Dude, you have got to get up. I am not kidding right now. We only got a matter of minutes. Her voice lesson starts in like a couple of minutes. He's like, what? He's still like trying to fucking wake up. I was like, man, I swear to you, man, with all that is true and serious, I swear to God, Ashley Judd's in the kitchen right now. He's like, okay, fine. So he gets up, puts his shoes on, blah, 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 blah. And I go running down ahead of him to make sure she's there. So I'll hold her there, like not literally, but I'll like make sure she doesn't leave. So literally. I'm kind of coming down the stairs, boop, 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 and I'm back into the kitchen. I'm kind of like, hey, whatever. And I'm kind of like pouring like a glass of water. I don't care about her. She don't impress me. I don't care. Brad comes around the corner and he's like, he's got more swagger than I've ever seen any dude in my life. He comes around the corner before she even sees him. He's like, there's a Kentucky fan. And I'm like, what the hell? He was just like, dude, he might as well have just been like fucking Casablanca. There's a Kentucky fan. And she turns around like, oh yeah, Kentucky. And they start talking about Kentucky basketball. Fucking grabs an apple. Brad's all, I mean, he's like fucking Elvis. Look, apple. Oh, what about last year? How about that game that Smith like fucking dunked on that? I'm just like, this is the most I've ever seen him talk in my entire life, is when he was standing there with Ashley Judd.
Serious. True story.
The night after, he said, the only girl I ever want to marry is fucking Ashley Judd. So anyway, they talked it out. She had to go to her lesson. She invited us over to the studio, to the Judd studio. We were like, we're kind of busy, blah, blah, blah. We couldn't make it up.
Why didn't you go?
We were gonna, but we were busy and we had to do our thing. So we didn't make it over there. But she was like, no, seriously, you guys should come. It would be so much fun. I'm like, oh, yeah, we might, blah, blah, blah. She gave us the address and phone numbers and all kind of shit. And we were like, well, we just couldn't make it over there. So anyway, nothing actually happened from there. And Brad is so stupidly, happily married right now. And it's awesome and everything worked out perfect. But that's a true story.
True story.
Facts.
The Ashley Judd story.
That's facts.
That you mentioned last week and you came back with today. That is true story.
It was. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Bono says I look like Iron Man.
No, you kind of do
So
with
anyway.
the goatee. Everybody's talking about your goatee while you're talking, you know.
All right, I think we should. I think that's a $10 story. $20
You said
story.
15.
Yes,
You
yes,
said
yes.
15.
I couldn't believe it. It was the most crazy thing.
That is incredible,
It was the most
especially since
crazy
you
thing.
just talked to him like that night, and then there she was in the fucking kitchen, and you're eating an apple. No, he was eating an apple.
He was eating an apple.
He was being a badass.
I was just standing back, giggling my ass off because I'd never seen him talk this much in my life.
right. So we'll take more votes, but I think
Tell us another, Uncle Dan.
The horse is going crazy.
next week, more stories.
What do you think?
Who walks in the house?
What do you want to play?
We are good. We're going to play some music out. Thank you so much for being here. This is Unsung Chat. Don't forget to go check out Chris Palmer at 10 o'clock on her page. KRISPALMER. If you're listening to the audio, you can probably go to her page on Facebook and you probably still see that shit. I don't know. She's talked some shit. She talks some mad shit. So,
No, it'll be fun. It's entertaining.
oh my God, who's walking in right now? What the?
We got another-
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Jones.
wearing a
We're just getting
backbeat
ready to-
shirt. Look at this shit. We were
Look
just
at this
getting
guy.
ready to quit. Look at this guy. It's Jimmy James.
No, Jimmy James.
You never know. You never
You
know
do never know.
who is going to walk in this place.
Jimmy James is here.
The Pop-Up Boys. That's it. That's a new band. You should start a new band. Pop-Up Boys. That's it.
Gosh.
Holy crap. Oh, see, Jared's like, see you Sunday in person. See, we have to figure this out. We have to figure this out. Unsung Chat. That's where we are right now. Bono needs to talk to you. Hurry, in all caps. All right. Well,
All
he
right,
needs his
just
$50.
Give me a second.
Anyway, so Unsung Chat, this is us, whatever. We'll see you next Thursday right here. Same bat station, same bat time.
Did you try to make a Batman thing?
I don't know. I can't do a Batman thing.
Oh, man.
I don't even know how to do like a wait there. That's a bird. That's
not the bat.
That's not a bat at all. It's like, I can't do that. No, we're not going to waste time doing that. Oh my God. So it's been super, super fun. Can anyone just walk in off the street? Yes, Josh.
Yes,
basically,
kind of. Yes,
basically
kind of.
that's the way it goes. You know we're doing this and you know where we live. I know you know where we live. We do this every Thursday from about 7 to about 9.
We'll see you later.
That's true. Boundaries. Love you all. Thank you. We'll see you next week, Thursday, 7 p.m.